What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Tiege Hanley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Tiege Hanley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Tiege Hanley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Tiege Hanley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, friends and family? How y'all feel? What's going on? Thursday, August 7th, 2025, year of our Lord. And we got a full day today. We got after hours tonight, Millionaire Morning Show now. I might do 6 or 7 different articles depending on what the time is looking like. And if I get too far derailed, I'm going to try not to get too far derailed. But I don't know what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis. But I do know that I love y'all. What's going on? AD, when are we going to turn this into the Millionaire Afternoon Show? It don't sound good when you say the Millionaire Afternoon Show. You know why this is the Millionaire Morning Show? Let me tell you why this is the Millionaire Morning Show. All right, let me tell you why the Millionaire Morning Show starts between 11 and 12 p.m. Eastern. 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern. Because this morning, so last night, yesterday was one of the most productive days that I've ever had. I worked from the time that I got off, or from the time that I woke up. Then I did my work. Then I did the Millionaire Morning Show. Then I just got back into the groove of things and I just worked. And I just worked and I worked. And then I jumped on the road and I headed out to the suburbs. And then I worked some more. And then I seen my daughter. And then we was like, yo, you ready to go to the gym? So me and my daughter went to the gym last night. And then I got back to after we got done at the gym, I worked some more. And I worked till like 3 in the morning last night. Yep. I worked till 3 in the morning last night. And so eventually I said, well, work never stops. So it's not like it's ever going to be a shortage of stuff to do. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to crash. I'm going to go to sleep. And then I'm going to wake up in a few hours and I'm going to work some more. Jerry says, I couldn't find that TikTok live. She never responded. After I responded to her email, she never responded back. So Wasn't nothing I could do about that. Wasn't nothing to lab about because it wasn't nothing live because she didn't respond to the email. She invited me, but then she didn't respond and give me no insight. So that was that. But I worked all day yesterday and I just hustle and I grind. And that's what I love to do. I love to work. And so it was a very productive day. And I went to the gym. And so life was good. And then I was in such a deep sleep that I started hearing doorbells inside of my dream. I started hearing doorbells in my dream. And then I heard a doorbell again and I said, oh, and I looked at my Apple Watch because I always sleep with my Apple Watch on. I looked at my Apple Watch and it was close to 10 a.m. Eastern. Ran downstairs. It was the cleaner. So the cleaner was actually ringing the doorbell. Ran downstairs. Opened the door for the cleaner. Jumped in the shower. Brushed my teeth. Thrown some deodorant lotion and just straight out the door. And so I headed straight down to the studio from the suburbs. And here we are. We back at it again. And so that's why it's like my work, I'm kind of nocturnal when it comes to working and hustling and going to get it. And so I was just immersed in the grind. I was immersed in the hustle yesterday. And I have to ensure that I don't oversleep. And when I oversleep, I can get here by 11:30, 11:45 and get into the money. That was my morning. Flustered, thinking that you're going to get here faster than you do if you pass somebody on the opposite side and then you see the police on the freeway, and I don't mind getting a ticket by the police, but then if they stop me, it's going to slow me down, so it messes up the money even more. I'm like, nah, skip it. We just going to take the L and we just going to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I got to get y'all through y'all day. How y'all feel today? What's going on? Got the Chris Brown concert here in Detroit at Fort Field, which means I'm going to be out of the mix. Anton is not trying to be out here. It's a bunch of women with Chris Brown shirts on. Big, small, little, tall. They everywhere. They're everywhere. Chris Brown shirts is everywhere. Big backs, little backs, all backs are all around. Send me an email when I get a chance to check it. All right, I got you. I got you. What up, y'all? How y'all feel today? I will say this before we get into the show. Let me just say this really, really quickly. I am very, very, very disappointed. I am very disappointed. I'm so disappointed to where it's one of those situations where I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why are we doing this? What is the point for me doing all of this, advocating for the city? And we've had such growth and opportunity with Mike Duggan being the mayor of city of Detroit. And we had this mayoral election and a primary runoff. And, you know, I only seen one good candidate. I only seen one candidate that I liked. And it didn't work out. But more importantly, I just, you know, it just feeds more into what I say on After Hours and what I say on the Q show on Monday night. And I'm sick of it, bro. I'm genuinely disgusted. And I don't know if it's just because I'm becoming grumpier about social issues and things that we should be concerned about. But this community is doomed. Black people are, and let me not say black people because it's a lot of us and all of us ain't the same. Black culture is absolutely doomed. We are over. We are over. Do you know that the two advancing candidates, one of them is a pastor? Jesus Christ. I'm talking about the mayoral race here in Detroit. I'm talking about the mayoral race in Detroit. I just can't take it, bro. I'm not emotionally stable when it comes to people doing what they're supposed to do. It's no excuse, bro. It's no excuse, bro. Let me show y'all this video. I'm going to show y'all this video. I want to bring, I know that Detroit politics is not international politics, but we have on record, according to the census, somewhere around over 700,000 people inside of the city, living, working, and playing and growing. Over 700,000 people inside of the city live, work, and playing and growing. Look at the voter turnout. Let me show y'all something. The top person, Mary Sheffield, got 32,000 votes, bro. A woman. I'm not going to go in on her. I don't want to deal with that right now. I got a lot of soul searching to do of whether or not I even want to continue to invest in this city. The second person that was in the running, a pastor. The Sontil Jenkins woman is actually pretty good. Like, she's a business leader. She understands it from a business perspective. I really, really liked her. And then James Craig, a lot of us know who James Craig is in the city, so on and so forth. But look at the voter turnout rate, bro. It's over 700,000 people inside of the city. 32,000 people voted for the top person. She got 52% of the vote. That means a less than 10% voter turnout rate. Less than 10% voter turnout rate in the city, bro. There were people that went to their polling locations and they said that they got there at 6:30 p.m. after they got off of work, and they said that they said when they got their little thing to show them what number they was, it was number 13. They were number 13 in line. I said, wait a minute, from the whole day? I'm telling you, it's people that told me that they were number 13 in line to determine who's going to be the next mayor to take over a city that is exploding in growth and opportunity and investment. 13 at 6:30 p.m. at their voting location. 13. But let there be a hair giveaway. I'm over it, bro. I'm over it. I'm genuinely over it. I'm genuinely over black culture. That, for me, because when it starts to hit home, when you see it directly in front of your face at home, the Chris Brown concert is going to be out of control. People were fighting over shirts, over, did I get my customized shirt in time? And I can't believe you canceled my order. They were on fire. It is a blowout out here, getting mad at, when is my order going to be here? It's not here in time. Oh my God, Chris Brown concert. Where are we going to eat? Parking. People have figured out the logistics, what time they need to be down here. They've researched and looked at previous locations where Chris Brown has played to know what time he's going to go on stage. Girl, don't be late to get on to get there, because they start on time at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern and all of that stuff. And we got a less than 10% voter turnout rate for the actual election, bro. Let me show you something. It's a part of this video that I want y'all to see. I want to emphasize a point. I want to emphasize something really quickly. I want to show y'all why I'm so disgusted, why this is aggravating.
This election.
Yes, and
we don't have the voting totals yet about how many people actually voted in this election, although we heard the numbers were down. But these people say it's very important to vote, right? Yeah! But amazingly here, some people just did not vote. Why? Take a look. All right, let me ask a couple of random people here. Did you vote today?
No.
No.
No. No. No.
Why not?
What do you want me to say, bro? What do you want me to say? It's the white man's fault this time too? Is it the system? Is it lack of opportunity? Huh? I hear people complaining all the time about what they don't like, what's going to happen, whatever, so on and so forth, or whatever, bro. And you know what the worst part about this is? They felt comfortable getting on camera saying this. They felt comfortable getting on camera saying, these are the type of people that'll come in my comments and tell me about what it is that I am. They'll sit there and try to hold me accountable about how much money I got. These are the type of people that they think it's a joke. They think that it's a joke. Your ancestors literally died for your right to be able to do the things that you are doing today. And they just think it's so cute. Key, ha, ha, ha.
What?
I was busy.
Busy? You got all days, kind of days to vote.
I know.
When are you going to vote?
It's over with.
Right? What about you? How come you didn't vote? You own a big store here, Avenue of Fashion.
I'm handling business, but I didn't really get a.
Is it important to vote?
Yeah, it is, definitely.
Why don't you vote?
I'm sorry.
Who's running for mayor?
Can you give me a real explanation why I should vote? What's the difference in our business and how we moving around to vote?
You vote for mayor and council. They make decisions on your property, on your how you live your life.
Right. How we live our life?
Yeah.
I'm done, bro. I'm done. I am done, bro. I'm done. It's no point. It's no point. It's no point, bro. It's no point. Let the weed man come through, we there. Concert, we there. Pistons game, we gonna be all up in the ice cam. Doing the blade Icewood. Courtside seats, we fighting for it. Going to get that city council and mayor that works with business leaders to determine what happens within the city. I don't even know who. Do y'all even know who y'all city council people are? Do you even know who? You even know the issues, bro. You even know the issues, bro. I'm done, bro. I'm done, man. Seriously. And this is the same thing that happens all across the United States of America. It's the same thing that happens across the United States of America. I'm done. I'm honestly, and I know sometimes I get mad and then I come back and I say, no, but we got to keep fighting. No, but we got to keep investing in the community. No, but we got to do this. No, but we got to do that. No, but we got to do this. And I can't, bro. I can't. What's the point? What's the point? What's the point of pushing and fighting and doing all of this stuff and trying to, convince people and pouring into the community? Oh man, Anton, do you want to invest in the community? Hey, Anton, do you want to do this? Anton, do you want to do that? No, I don't. I don't want to do nothing no more. I don't. I want to separate myself. And I only want to roll with the people that actually got value. That's it. I want to separate myself. I don't want to do anything for no. The answer is no from now on. The answer is no. No, you ain't got to worry. This is why people don't fear y'all. You ain't never got to worry about nobody worrying about black people trying to figure out whether or not y'all gonna mobilize. Y'all ain't gotta worry about them people up there in Arkansas and Mississippi. You ain't gotta worry about none of that. 2K, shout out to my dog 2K. I don't want to hear nothing from 2K no more. Because nobody is scared of you. Nobody is fearing y'all. We know that the things that really matter, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to be there. You don't care about your schools, your children. You don't care about the millages. You don't care about your property taxes. Y'all just want to get enough money to go and get a fresh car so you can park on your lawn and go and get some hoes. That's all y'all care about. All y'all care about is getting money to go get some hoes, and that's it, bro. Seriously. It's over. They think it's cute. Oh, anytime you pissing me off, I'm going to pull up on you. Your days is number. Nigga, pull up to your voting booth. Pull up on the city council people and demand something to happen different inside of your neighborhood for funding. Pull up on your mayor and try to figure out whether or not you can fix your own neighborhood and if the lights is working. Y'all always want to pull up on somebody that's actually having a conversation that's productive. Pull up on your city representative, dog. Don't pull up on me. Honestly, man, I'm done. Less than 10% voter turnout rate, and you got a bunch of black men giggling. But if we was talking about dick and pussy, they would be there all day long.
Take a look. All right, let me ask a couple of random people here. Did you vote today?
No.
No.
No. No.
No.
Why not?
I was busy.
Busy. You got all days, kind of days to vote.
I know.
When are you going to vote?
It's over with.
Right? What about
Hey,
you?
they don't even realize that they think it's cute. They don't even realize that they're being laughed at. He's not laughing with them. They're laughing at you, you idiots.
You own a big store here, Avenue of Fashion.
I'm handling business, but I didn't really get a.
Is it important to vote?
Yeah, it is definitely.
Why don't you vote?
I'm sorry.
Who's running for mayor?
Can you give me a real explanation why I should vote? What's the difference in our business and how we moving around to
You
vote?
vote for mayor and council. They make decisions on your property, on your how you live your life.
Right.
How we live our life?
Yeah.
So we gotta chill more with the people that's making decisions in our life to make the vote.
Yeah, why not? What's wrong with that?
Ain't nothing wrong with that. We got to.
Do you think, so why didn't you vote?
Because I'm just not really into that.
The politics.
The politics for it. It had to really make a decision making for our big.
Same excuses. Just say that I'm lazy and I don't know, and I would rather white people make the decision for us so we don't have to think for ourselves. It's the same thing when it comes to schools. It's the same thing when it comes to our best interests. It's the same thing. Just say I'm an ignorant fool.
Business marketing and what's going on and what we got in our community.
What do you say to those people that for whatever reason did not?
I don't want to hear it no more, bro. Honestly, and it's cool. I know my opinion don't matter. It don't really make no difference. This is why I don't get involved. This is why I'm not trying to convince people no more. I'm not trying to get them to come out. You're not going to see me sit here and go back and forth with people no more. This is what I'm going to promise myself, not even a promise to people. This is what I'm going to promise myself. I am not going to be concerned with what other people got going on. I'm going to do what's best for Anton, and that's it. I'm focused on Anton. Anton, what does your family need you to do? Anton, why is it that you need to move differently? Anton, what's in the best interest of you? Anton, how does your daughter take care of? Anton, how do you focus on the bag chasers? I'm done. I'm over it, bro. I'm over it, bro. I'm over it. I'm done. Anton, your message is flawed. That's nice. That's nice. I'm not going to crash out today either, especially over somebody that ain't got no profile picture. I'm going to set the rules for my life. I'm going to make sure that I give the game to my bag chasers. I would advise the bag chasers, to divest yourself from the culture and focus on the people that's going in the direction that you're going in. Focus on yourself. Focus on your homeboys and your homegirls that's actually going in the direction that you're going in. And don't stunt nothing that none of these people is talking about no more. And you ain't got to worry about them getting mad at you either, because guess what? It ain't like they going to do nothing productive. They ain't going to do nothing productive. They not going to actually make no change. Let a police officer that just so happened to be white punch a black man. They all going to be on the streets. I want change. I want justice. Fools. Cursed. Fools. Cursed. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm looking at what y'all saying inside of the chat. As you get older, you're supposed to get wiser. You're not supposed to continue to entertain this foolishness, bro. Real talk. Aggravate me, bro. And I don't even know why I'm so aggravated, because I'm such a huge proponent of the city. I just want so much for the city and the people and the citizens in it. They don't care about you, bro. Nobody care about you, bro. I'm over it, man. Let me read some of these super chats and cash apps. First of all, let me give a shout out to Mike That Dude. Shout out to Mike That Dude in the building. I appreciate you. Robert Banks. Robert Banks says, AD, Harvey is Compton of the movie Boys in the Hood. Is it? Harvey is that bad? Well, you ain't never got to worry about Anton trying to transform a community. I give up. I give up on transforming blocks. I'm not buying a block back. I'm not doing none of that junk, bro. Good looking new bag chaser. Shout out to Ronald Stern. I appreciate you also. Shout out to everybody that support the platform on Cash App. Let me also read some of these super chats, and then we're going to get into the real show. David Joseph says, good morning, AD. I missed the morning show the past 2 weeks due to health issues. Oh, man, God bless you, David. But I caught up a little today and remembered how hilarious and real you are. Thanks for all that you do. Thank you, Joseph, and God bless you in your health, man. I hope that everything is working out well. Brothers Keeper in the building says, don't let up, keep on keeping on. I can't. At some point, you get tired. At some point, mentally, you get fatigued from what's going on, Brothers Keeper. At some point, you get fatigued, bro. I don't have it in me no more, man. I'm done. That is a younger man's game to try to fight for people that don't want to fight for themselves. Wesley Turner says, you have to run for mayor. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm not interested. For what? So you can work on the behalf of people that don't even care? Why would I? Why would I give up such a lucrative lifestyle and career and doing what I want to do and waking up when I want to wake up and working as much as I want to work to be a public servant? Why would I do that? I have no dog in that fight. If I did that, I would be doing it because I'm truly passionate about the city. Why would I do that when the people that are in the city ain't passionate about it themselves? Because if I had something to gain from it, then that's different. But I don't have anything to gain except for trying to help people that don't want to help themselves. Why would I do that? At this big old age that I'm at, why would I do that? Why would I give up such... Think about what happened to Trump. Think about what happened to Trump. They tried to take this man. They tried to kill him. They tried to assassinate this man. Before Trump, listen, y'all, let's rewind for a second. Before Trump ran for office, everybody loved Trump. Trump was living a great life. He was a billionaire. He had his great wife. He was doing awesome things. He was on golf courses. The rap community always made references to him as a great man and all of this stuff. The whole 9 yards, right? People, everybody, universally, they bought his books in droves, all of that. He had to practically die to fix the country. And people hate him for the sacrifice that he's making to bring America back to its greatness again. We let every single lifetime politician that never even ran a business, never even owned a business, they never knew what business was. We let these people get into office and run this country into the ground. And they hate him for actually doing the things that he's supposed to do. Everybody that do the right thing, everybody that get into some level of public service, whether you're talking about spirituality or whether you're talking about politics, they hate you for it. They hate you for it. Jesus, he came down to save the world and give the comforter to the Jew and the Gentile alike, and they crucified him for it. They chose him to be crucified above the criminals that they actually had hanging next to him. Why would I put myself, my family, my earnings, my financial status in the world, why would I put that on the line for people that don't care about themselves? No way. No way. If I'm going to sacrifice myself for somebody, I'm going to sacrifice myself for the bag chasers. I'll sacrifice myself for my daughter. I'll sacrifice myself for my people that love me around me. You could forget it, bro. You could forget it. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I'm done with it. I care too much. In order to be successful, in this realm, in order to be successful when it comes to other people and service, you got to care more for them than they care for themselves. You got to want more for somebody than they want for themselves. You got to wish well on somebody that won't even wish well for themselves. You going to have to do some things that you know, and that's, I learned that from homelessness. I learned that from working with homeless people, because homeless people don't give a about what they got going on. They don't care. They don't care. They will slap you. They'll steal from you. Homeless people steal from other people's. Do you know why homeless people keep all of their stuff together? Why they keep all of their stuff all the time with themselves is because they will steal from each other. He don't got nothing, you don't got nothing, but you stealing from the dude that don't got nothing. How is it any different than what happens in the hood? If you get something decent or you start to level up, guess what? They coming in your house and they gonna rob you because you can't have nothing. I ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. And instead of us saying, you know what, we need to figure out how it is that we can get ourselves out of this because two together makes it great, we war, we kill each other. Why would I put myself on a chopping block for people that don't care about themselves? If you've never actually worked with homeless people or people that are less than or people that don't care, man, I used to canvas neighbors. Y'all don't know about this. I used to spend my weekends after I got done with homelessness, and this is the honest to God truth. We would canvas neighborhoods to do cleanup efforts. We would go into different hoods inside of the city of Detroit. That's why I know the city so well. We would go from street to street, house to house, block from block, dealing with pit bulls, dealing with this. Kids playing on the street, don't even know where their mama out. Knock on the door. Hey, what's going on? Your kids is in the street. Seriously. She cracked out. We would take food to people. We would go and volunteer inside of the neighborhoods, inside of the communities. We would go door to door. Hey, we got this petition. We trying to make sure that we get the city to get out here in order to get rid of this, demolish this home right here. Y'all gonna have to get involved. Hey, we got to clean up the street. This is what we did. We went door to door, street to street, city to city. Like we were in every single neighborhood. I was out there, sun up to sundown, walking the streets of Detroit in the city. Before y'all ever knew me on YouTube, we was out in the streets, cleaning up the community, doing the things every single day, and they did not give a F, bro. They didn't care nothing about what we got going on. I remember one day we went out because we would always rock out in pairs. We never went alone. We always rocked out in pairs. And so we went out and it was like 10 of us. So we split up into 5 groups. My homeboys and them, they went out. And so we would all kind of meet up in the same place afterwards because we was trying to clean up the neighborhood, clean up the community and stuff, right? And they parked their cars. And they went around the block and they went and they was trying to do the things that was right for the community. They came back and their car was broken into. Their car was broken into. So they looked at them, parked their car, and the dudes across the street was the ones that did it, but we couldn't really say nothing about it because it wasn't our hood. It wasn't our hood. When I see people that come into my chat sometimes and they say, oh man, you don't care about the community. Nigga, you don't know nothing about what I done did. You don't know nothing about our background. You don't know nothing about what it is that we done been in the hood and in the communities and how we done help people and how much money that we done gave away. I still to this day, every single week that I'm in town, I still go and give money directly to the people, about $5,000 every single week. Oh man, you ain't for the black. But boy, I done did more for the black community than any one of your leaders, all of them put together. More than your pastor, more than all of your speakers, more than the people that beg for donations online. We done actually been in the streets, in the hood, dealing with the people, dealing with the homeless, dealing with the people that drug dealers trying to convince them to stop selling crack in the community. We done dealt with it, man. I ain't got time for this junk no more. And then I said, man, honestly, I woke up one day and I said, man, I'm about to get rich. Ain't nobody about to deal with this nonsense, bro. I'm about to get rich. I got to get rich. Taking off of work. I was taking off work. What was that, 2003, 2002? I was taking off of work on the weekends, giving up overtime so I can go canvas the community and convince these niggas to come and do stuff that they ain't supposed to. Man, I'm out of here, bro. I got to go get rich. going to get rich, bro. I got time for this. I ain't even had no kids. I ain't had no daughter. I ain't had nothing. I was just out here just trying to figure out how I can have an impact because I love the city. I love the city. That's the whole foundation of how my channel was started. I was out here documenting what was going on. Hey, we need to do this. We need to do that. This is what's happening in the local high school. This is what's happening with Cooley. This is what's happening with Kettering High School. I was documenting the whole thing. It's all on my YouTube channel. Go look at it. And you got a fat ass Roland Martin up there and Al Sharpton and all of these. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this community? Y'all don't see that these people are finessing y'all? And Omar Johnson came out of nowhere. I'm going to finesse y'all. Like, are y'all stupid? Are y'all dumb? Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Spend my whole life pouring into people. And then you'll get a random raggedy nigga to come in here and say, you man, Anton, you a sellout. Suck my dick. Suck my dick. Oh, you don't know nothing, bro. That's the type of junk that'll piss you off. You spent your whole life. You done gave literally millions of dollars away. You done poured in the community, and these niggas are coming here with no profile picture trying to talk shit. Man, get off my nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it'll piss you off. It'll turn your heart cold. You'll go from wanting to do the right. It'll turn you into a villain. It'll truly turn you into a villain. It'll turn you into a villain. It'll make you a villain, bro. So I don't know, bro. I can't do it. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it, bro. I can't do it, man. I can't, man. I wish y'all well. I put in my time. I'm focusing on what's best for Anton going forward. Just Joy says, wow, you sensitive today. I'm sensitive every day. I'm sensitive every day. Everything, every day means something to me. What I've learned to do is to suppress my emotions in order to make smart decisions. I'm a sensitive dude. I'm a sensitive guy. Absolutely. I am sensitive. I'm super sensitive about everything. It offends me when black people don't show up at a less than 10% voter turnout rate, but I see y'all showing up for the Chris Brown concert 2 days later. When Chris Brown sell out and it's all a whole bunch of black people there, but I can't get 10% of the population to come and vote, more than 10% popular. Yeah, it's offensive. I'm sensitive about that. I'm absolutely 100% sensitive. When I see crack babies in the street, that pisses me off. I'm 100%. Yes, I'm aggravated. I'm very sensitive. 100%. Pisses me off. Angers me. You're right. I am sensitive. I agree with you. And the times that you see me controlling myself, you see me controlling myself because I'm suppressing what I really feel in order to be able to exist in this world. Yeah, I am sensitive. You should be sensitive about the stuff that you got going on. You should be sensitive about all of that fake hair you got in your head. Be sensitive about that. Be sensitive about how much y'all keep paying in tariffs in order to get them goddamn eyelashes in your eyes. Be sensitive about the fact that all of your sisters keep on going crazy and they willing to go for somebody's hair studio that they don't even know. Be sensitive about the fact that y'all communities is broken and y'all sitting up there in debt every day. Be sensitive about the fact that y'all keep talking about y'all so educated, but y'all ain't got no degrees that matter and y'all still broke. Be sensitive about the fact that the majority of y'all is baby mamas and you still keep on raising the numbers despite the fact of knowing better. You need to be sensitive because y'all act like niggas and the guys is acting like the women because we care more about what's happening to y'all monkey heads than y'all care about what's going on with yourselves. Be sensitive about the fact that y'all hoes. How about that? You so sensitive. And you a hoe. And you for the streets. I'm not no hoe. Yes, you are. You a hoe. Your son know you a hoe. Your mama know you a hoe. I know you a hoe. I seen you hoeing. Hoe. And then black, you know what the interesting part about this is? Black people will get offended at something that they're doing, but you called out. I can't believe he called me a hoe. I can't believe you was sucking dick in the backyard. I just seen it and I said, oh, okay. No, label me a person that explores my sexuality. No, I'm going to label you how I see you. My daddy told me you a hoe, so I call a hoe a hoe. Why do you use the words interchangeably with women and hoes? Because most women is hoes. Talking about, bruh. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Let me vent. I'll be okay in 13 minutes. I'll be okay in 13 minutes. I'm unsubscribing. I don't care. 100,000 more people subscribed this month. In 2 months, we'll be over 1 million. Nobody is going to miss your monkey head. I'm mad at AD. I'm unsubscribing. I don't care. I don't care. You'll be back. And when you see me, you're going to try to be all on my nuts and real. You know what? You're so much more likable in person. I know. Because guess what? Hoes do what hoes do. And the more abrasive I become, the more you love me because that's what hoes love. Hoes don't even like it when dudes is nice to them. You don't even like the nice version of me. You think that that's the person that's gonna let you get away with things. Now, if I grab you by your neck, oh God, he loves me so much. I know who you are. That's what hoes are. That's what they are. They don't want me to be nice. They don't even think I love them until I start being more abrasive. Oh, you full of this. Girl, get the fuck out my face. Oh my God. Why you acting like that? Because that's what hoes do. What you talking about? Can we get started with the show? See, you love me already. You love me. You already love me. You in love with me. Why? Because I'm abrasive and I'm sensitive. And you like it when I'm abrasive while I'm sensitive. And hate means love to my hoes. You love me. Just tell me you love me. You love me because I'm so sensitive. I'm so sensitive. I'm done with the black culture, man. I'm done with black culture. I'm done with black culture. I'm done, bro. Woo! Y'all ready to get started with the show? I didn't know that the disappointment. I told somebody, I said, don't send me the results of what happened with the mayoral race. They sent it to me anyway. I think they was trying to set me up because they knew I was going to go off. I love you too, Just Joy. Mwah. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you a hoe. I love you. I really do. I love you in real life. What city you in? Well, Just Joy, just for good measure, I'm no better because I get boxolitis and I can't help myself, and so I love the hoes. I love the hoes. I'm just trying to figure out how to manage my boxolitis. All right, y'all ready to get started with the show? Y'all ready to get started with the show? Right, you ready? Y'all thought the show was already started? No, that's the warm up. That's for me to wait till y'all get in here so we can start to really get it popping. I'm saying, Lisa, that's who we are. That's who I am. I don't hate you. Listen, then you got to clean it up. I don't hate you. I hate myself for not hating you for the things that you do to me. And then sometimes I got to get myself together. And so, you know what? But we perfect for each other. You balance me out. Girl, I love you so much. Sometimes you just drive me crazy. I hate myself for loving you so much. I only called you that because I was upset. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't really you know who I am. You know who my heart is. I'm just passionate. And sometimes I'm going to go off. And so I just need you to hold me down. Nah, for real. Sometimes I'm going to need you to go off. Come here. Come here. Take them panties off. Turn over. No, what? No, you just went off on me. You just called me a hoe. Now you want to take my panties now. You dive in it. You dive in it. And you get done. You want some breakfast food? Is it me or is it hot in here? Can I get the temperature change to turn down? Oh, that's how you go from 9,000 back to normal. Now I got myself together. All right. Tell me if you've heard that one before. Y'all ready to get started with the show? You broke up with me 5 times, but you keep on coming back? Straight up, Shayna. Straight up. But I love you though. I do. I love you. Don't break up with me again. Just endure. I promise you I'm gonna do right the next time. Oh, I love myself. I love myself. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to get started with the show? This is real life, Aaliyah. And you so toxic, I could just tell. I want to meet you in real life. No, I don't. No, I don't. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me read some of these super chats. And we're going to go ahead and get it popping. Sarah says, morning, AD. We already know black culture is cooked. I focus on nothing but my house nowadays. The ones who know. I'm always hated at the cookout. Facts. They might have children, says New Era Man. Or Nera Man. Polo Down says, I wonder what type of J's they have on. Y'all have time to take an interview, but no time to vote? Talk about it. And thank you for the 50 ball. I appreciate you, big dog. Mr. Joe says, I don't want to hear ish when ninjas when drag queens read books to their kids. That's a fact. Freedom Kev says, you not FBA, you should be the same. Oh, here we go. There we go. Thank you for the super chat. You wrote for $2, nigga. Get your money up. Get your money up, nigga. You still a slave. Jamal Bradley says, if you start an organization that's standing against this part of the culture built from vetted black people, our own secret society, I would join. I think you have the voice to begin this concept. I'd have to think about that. I'm not even going to comment. I'm going to think about that. Puerto Rico says the deep state always wants to delete the outsider. Magnificent Gaming says, I saw a former Democrat say the truth. These Dems are the children of affluent people trying to maintain their lifestyle only. Black Rob says, hear me out, AD. People would find it more easier to vote if the media didn't make it so cult-like. You can't control the media. The only thing we can control ourselves. Puerto Rico says Lincoln, JFK, Malcolm, MLK, RFK, Reagan, Trump all went against their system and got deleted or almost got deleted. And that's the thing. You just know that you're going to be the one that get hated. It's easier to hope than putting in the work, says Eric OG. Facts. Thank you for the 20 ball, Eric OG. Eric Solomon says, as soon as I tune into MMS, I hear shaking my SMD. No. 392Q says, I feel you. I came to red light in my semi, gave a homeless a cold bottle of water, and she looked at me and shook her head and said she needed money. F them. Sarge says, so I guess you're going to cook today. I don't know what's going to happen. I just wake up and jump on the Millionaire Morning Show. Jamal Bradley says, I was just told that the bag chaser was more I was just told that the bag chasers is more than just financial talk, so I guess you have created it. Thanks, Azriel. Shout out to Jamal. It is. It is. We actually link up in real life, including with my dog, Executive Sweet Emily says, these things need to be heard. Darth Anton and the Flesh keep cooking y'all Negroes. Negroes need a kick in the A sometimes. Carrington Love Jr. says, for real, Anton, my girl can't see why I'm so serious. It's because black people are so self-destructive. Families are broken, no honor. They don't love us unless we don't care, bro. Christopher Mayberry says, dude, a straight up coward for what he did at Fort Stewart. All right, we'll get into that in a little bit. T. Wright says, all I have is a $40 and let me help you get some coney. Facts. J. Ben says, you can't keep leaking the healthy toxic playbook. We are healthily toxic. That's facts. That's a fact. Carrington Love Jr. says that's a fact. Most black women don't even know what a hoe is. 98% of them get hit by 3 to 6 men a year. It's shameful to be in public with one that you just met. They all have a bad past. Tanny, shout out to you, says Anton equal Jody 2.0. Where you vet at? Shout out to baby boy. Trini Life says, bless up, the best, funniest morning show, because they're not going to tell y'all. They're not going to show y'all the dive in method. AD, the daycare is watching Big Dog. Keep it PG-13. I'm trying, but they need to know what's going on too. AC Reviews the World says 80 trans women out here hijacking trains. Sent it to your email. I seen you sent that to me. I'm going to have to cover that tomorrow. Smarty McFly says hoes are more honest than girlfriends, but they love you. All right, so here's the secret, Smarty McFly. And then we start into the show. Most girlfriends are hoes too. For whatever reason, y'all think that just because they become your girlfriend or your fiance or your wife, that somehow that unhoes them. That's why you got to treat them all the same. Even when you marry them, even when you get engaged to them, even when you're in a relationship with them, you have to be healthily toxic to them, because for some reason, y'all think that just because they your girlfriend, that they not a hoe. But I'm not going to say that. I'm going to save that for after hours. I'm going to save it for after hours. I'm not going to do it. Maya. I'm not going to. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. I'm going to really tell y'all the. See, women keep trying to keep me from talking to the guys because they know I'm going to tell y'all what the real game is. Why you think that she gonna act the way that the whole act after you get done getting with her? For your girl, and we going into, I'm gonna go ahead and change the thing so we can get to the next thing. For your girl, she a good girl. Definitively, she a good girl. If you died tomorrow, you think she gonna still be the way that she was with you? Most women are only as good as the man that they are with. Most women adapt to their circumstance. If she runs out of money when you gone, if you died tomorrow, what you think she gonna do? I ain't gonna do it. Let's get into the show. Why you hate the toxic talk? Don't hate it. Embrace it. Slay away Kimmy. Your name is Slay away Kimmy. You toxic. You're toxic, Slay. Slay away Kimmy. You toxic. You may not even know how toxic. You don't even know how toxic you are yet. Let's continue on with the show. A DoorDash customer tracks down a driver at home. This story hit my algorithm, and so I want to.
In other news, Michigan residents are going to be happy to hear this. It just came out.
She did this over a 10-piece chicken wing. She passed fryers to come here.
Now at 6, Milwaukee police investigating a frightening encounter for this DoorDash delivery driver.
Court documents say a customer allegedly followed Faith Morris home because of an undelivered food order.
Our Lighthouse reporter Ben Jordan spoke with Faith today about her push for policy changes at DoorDash.
She picked up one of those bricks off of the neighbor's lawn and she threw it onto here.
A smashed windshield.
This looks like she was beating my car with the four-way.
A hammered hood.
Knocks my rearview mirror off, busts this window, and the whole window out here.
And passenger side windows now in pieces on the ground.
This ain't no junkyard car. This is a 2024.
Faith Morris's livelihood as a DoorDash delivery driver.
I can no longer work right now. I can't make deliveries.
Now out of commission with $6,000 worth of damage. All over $18 worth of fast food.
I was outside for 10 minutes. This is the hood. I'm not about to sit outside with my kids in front of somebody's house I don't know for over 10 minutes.
The search warrant says Faith was unable to complete the delivery due to losing internet connection with the DoorDash app and returned home. Faith says that's when the customer bombarded her with calls.
She says, "You just told me to have a blessed night. You said you was at home. I got your location."
Minutes later, a knock on her door caught on camera before Faith says she saw the woman proceed.
Oh, yeah, that's a big back. Yeah. She pissed. That might be a stud right there. Hold on, let me see what's.
You said you was at home. I got your location.
Minutes later, a knock on her door caught on camera before Faith says she.
Yeah, that woman is toxic right there. That person is toxic. 100%. This is why I don't give out my real name on the application. People saying, Anton, why you always changing your name? You went from Jason to Giovante the other day. A lot of times I don't even like getting my DoorDash from the person because I don't even want them to see who I am inside of my city. I don't even want them to know where my office is. I don't want them to know where my cribs are. I don't want to know none of that. I'll send somebody else to the door, or I'll just have them drop it down at the concierge or drop it off at the security guard downstairs. I started adjusting straight up because people are out of their minds. People are out of their minds. People will pull up at your crib. Part of the reason why I give good tips is because of my safety. Part of the reason why I give great tips is for my own safety. Because I don't need that. I don't need that. You got to kind of move a little bit differently. You got to start modifying things. You got to start having a different perspective. Y'all got to start thinking way ahead of everybody else. Y'all got to start thinking way ahead of everybody else. When you go to the restaurant, and you know women, they love to complain, or they love to send stuff back, or they love to tell a person what they didn't like about it in the moment because they just got to get it off. I train mine. Hey, whatever we don't like, we don't eat. If we want something different, we going to order something additional to that, or we go somewhere else or whatever. Always be polite. Always be nice, especially when you with me. We gonna move a little bit differently. Nope, we don't complain. We don't go to managers. We don't do none of that. We ain't doing none of that. We gonna keep it moving. We gonna get this. No, you know what? I appreciate you. Everything is I appreciate you. Hey, chill out. Chill out. Calm down. Calm down. I ain't going back and forth with you. I don't do nothing. I ain't complaining. I'm not going back and forth. I'm not trying to figure it out. I'm not trying to do none of that. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Oh, did y'all not like what it is? Did y'all not like it or whatever? So no, you know what? I'm just honestly, I'm just trying to make room for dessert. What y'all got back there for dessert? Oh, we got this. You know what? You know what? I probably don't need dessert anyway. I probably need to lose a little weight. Yeah. I'm gone. I ain't less confrontation the better. Cause now she got to deal with $6,000 in damages because the chick went and found out where it is that she lived at and she followed her home.
She saw the woman proceed to bash her car. She believes the customer was able to track her home using the app's GPS since the order was never delivered.
I actually need a lawyer so that by the end of this, I can own DoorDash and change the policy. Because first of all, yes, DoorDash policies need to change.
DoorDash sent TMJ4 a statement that says, this customer's actions are completely uncalled for, unacceptable, and disturbing. We have permanently banned them from our platform and are in touch with the dasher directly to offer our support. The Milwaukee Police Department says the investigation is ongoing. We are seeking a known suspect at this time.
Somebody said, why don't you have your employees deliver the food to you? Because that's not their job. What are you talking about? Just because they work for me don't mean that they supposed to deliver my food, get up in the middle of the night. I'm not Miranda Priestley. What do you think I am? They got their own lives. They're at home with their own people and their own children. That's not their job to deliver food for me. The job of the delivery company is to deliver the food. And so I make sure I take the safety precautions and I be very, very careful. Ladies, I'm telling you, that is diabolical out here. I see more and more women, which I know y'all got to do what y'all got to do. I see more and more women out here getting emotional. A lot of the confrontations that I see on a regular basis come from women on women violence. Honestly, I am starting to see an uptick of women getting into confrontations with other women and bashing their cars. To follow somebody because of a 13-piece chicken dinner that you probably didn't need in the first place. Did you see her? Probably did her a favor.
You said you was at home. I got your location.
Minutes later, a knock on her door caught on camera before Faith says she saw the...
Didn't even need it. Probably added another 14 days onto her life. Didn't even need that in the first place. Didn't even need it. To follow somebody home because you didn't get your DoorDash order is crazy. I've had people not deliver my order or whatever, so on and so forth. You know what I do in the app? I go in the app, cancel it. They say, oh, what's wrong? I say, I didn't receive my order. They give me credit. I order another one. And then they bring me my stuff. I'll cancel it, I get another one. It's not worth it. Listen. Our people have a hard time with respect. For whatever reason, and I don't know if it's just inherently in us. I don't know if we've been so disenfranchised or somebody that skipped over you so much in your life that now you feel like you have to make sure that you make everybody pay for any slight that you perceive is going on. We don't have any kind of... There was a guy the other day, and he was delivering my DoorDash. And I went downstairs because I couldn't figure out why he didn't deliver my stuff. And he kept getting caught up in the same location. And it was like on this corner. It was on the other corner, but it was in this little area or whatever. And so I said, why is he still over there? Why is he not delivering my stuff? And like 5 minutes passed since he was in the area. So I go downstairs And I tell the security guard, I said, what is going on with these DoorDash drivers? What's happening? I don't know. So then I go outside to where he's at and I go around the location and I said, hey, because I tried to call him on the app or whatever. I said, hey, what's going on? What's happening? He said, oh man. He said, my phone overheated. So sometimes your phone, if the temperature is too high or whatever, so on and so forth, or you charge it too much or whatever, your phone will freeze up or it'll say, overheating or whatever. Blah. He said, oh man, my phone is overheating. I'm trying to reset it, but I didn't actually see what the location is. What I realized is that he wasn't trying to hold off on my stuff. And I didn't say that he was trying to hold off on my stuff in the first place. But what I realized was that he was having technical issues with his phone and with his device. And so you give him grace. Oh, don't worry about it, big dog. No, yeah, I was right over here. All right, cool. Listen, I appreciate you, man. Have a good day. Have a good day. Stuff happens to people. Things happen. In her situation, this DoorDash driver person, in her situation, she said that for whatever reason, I don't remember what she said, her device or the location or something was messing up or whatever, so on and so forth. Things happen to people. You got to chill. You got to just chill. Just hold off for a second. Don't crash out. And next thing you know, you got a $6,000 car problem or you go and bust the windows. Now you got to go to court all for what? Over a 13 chicken piece nugget? For what? You know what I'm saying? So you go all the way to this woman's house. You track her location from where it is on DoorDash. You go knock on her door and then you beat in her car and stuff like that. And you don't think nothing is going to happen? Yep, and the GPS might not be precise. It's a lot of things that can happen. So, yeah, man, be careful out here, ladies. I know y'all starting to get more and more involved in the workforce and more involved in what happens. So just be careful. I know y'all don't have instincts like men do sometimes, and y'all just be out here. Be very, very careful. Shout out to Beats. Says, shut up, Poe. Says, they not like us, Anton. Shout out to you, Beats. Rage King Leo says, this is why I'm doing a vow of singleness. Now, don't do that. Don't do that. Listen, toxic box is good box. All right. Toxic box sometimes can be the best box. I don't suggest you go toxic, but it is what it is. We take it where we can get it. Smarty McFly says, I left the white part out. That's Patreon level. Shout out to T Wright in the building. I appreciate you for the 50 ball, big dog. I've been binge watching since I saw you on with Myron. Went back to 56-year-old Vic and her. Lost thinking A. Glad to see someone from Detroit doing it for dogs. Shout out to my people out here in Detroit, including T Wright 313. I appreciate you for holding me down, my friend. I should be on Fresh and Fit next week, Monday and I think Wednesday. D Jones in the building. Thank you, D Jones. Thank you for holding me down, my friend. I appreciate you. All right. Don't do the vow of singleness. Listen, that's not gonna work out for you. That's how you turn into an incel. I'm taking a vow of singleness. Okay, well, look, you send the ones that you got over my way, and I'm gonna figure out how I can make it work for them. All right. You're right, Brian B. Toxic box is the best box, but it's not worth it most of the time. I added the most of the time part into the end of it. Nah, y'all wouldn't hit Jasmine Crockett. I don't want to hear about toxic box. Man, no, I wouldn't hit Jasmine Crockett. How we always end back up at Boxolitis, because that's who we are. Listen, slay away Kimmy. Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, we are all just Neanderthals. When you strip away all of the lights and the clothes and the technology and the computers and the Balenciagas and the Chanel purses and the Louis Vuitton bags and the Gucci slippers and all of this stuff, you know what we all get? You know what, at the end of the day, what we do? We take our clothes off. We lay next to each other and we try to put the tip in. That's what we are. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, We trying to get some box and make it into heaven. Lord, let me get into heaven. Let me make sure that I do more good than I do bad. And hopefully Peter let me in. I'm going to be accountable for what I did. Forgive me, Jesus. I repent. Oh, God, help me. Can you just kiss the tip? That's what we are. At our core, survival box heaven. Survival box heaven. That's what we are at our core at the end of the day. The tip is the beginning, Ellen. Survival box heaven. That's it. Give me some food. Give me some box. Give me some heaven. Lord help me. All right, Slay. What'd you think? What do you think, Slay? You know why you slay? Mm-hmm. All right. That's who we are at our core. That's it. That's all we got. Let's head over to Fort Stewart. Fort Stewart, a gunman who shot soldiers at Fort Stewart. We getting there. So yesterday, people during the live stream was like, oh my God, they got a lockdown over there at Fort Stewart. I said, okay, well, let's get some details. And we're going to figure it out from there.
Top story, 5 soldiers are recovering tonight after a fellow brother in arms and co-worker opened fire at Fort Stewart.
That suspect is now in custody, and military officials tell WSAB that he carried out the shooting with his own personal gun, not a military-issued firearm. That detail is raising new questions tonight about how an active duty soldier was able to bring his own gun onto one of the country's biggest military installations. The alleged gunman was taken down by other soldiers who tackled him to the ground. WSAB's Christine Quayle is live outside Fort Stewart tonight with how the attack unfolded and the questions that remain.
Yes, Ben, Tina, so the threat is over here now at Fort Stewart, but this incident has certainly sent some shockwaves through the post and the community. This as 5 soldiers are now recovering from an act of violence that was allegedly perpetrated by one of their own. Many with loved ones on Fort Stewart today left to wonder who was among the 5 injured, like Katie Peltier, who was worrying after her husband.
Sudden, my phone started dinging, and I was just overwhelmed with messages, but thankfully one of them was him, and he was, letting me know, hey, we're in lockdown and we don't really have any details.
But not everyone got that same message today, letting them know their loved one was okay.
I am landline with Fort Stewart on the 911 call. They have an active shooter on Fort Stewart.
Soldiers scrambling for safety from a threat most of them never thought they'd face here at home.
It's wrong. We have identified the alleged shooter as Sergeant Cornelius Radford, an automated logistics sergeant assigned to 2nd Brigade Combat Team.
You had a brother that turned on a brother. You know what I'm saying? And that's really hard to stomach, but it's also, hard for morale all around. It would be hard to trust. And the thing about being in the Army for so long, you got to be able to trust your leaders. You got to be able to trust those that, you fight with, you do life with.
A close-knit military community grappling with how and why one of their own would do something like this.
Right now, our primary focus is first on caring for our injured soldiers and their families, and also supporting the soldiers of the Spartan Brigade. All of the families of the victims have been notified, and we're wrapping our arms around them and ensuring we provide them all the support that we can. I would also like to thank the brave soldiers who immediately intervened and subdued the shooter. These soldiers, without a doubt, prevented further casualties.
Orders to bring charges against the alleged shooter coming from the top down Wednesday afternoon.
We're not going to forget what happened. We're going to take very good care of this person that did this horrible person.
Right now, we're awaiting more on the condition of the 3 out of 5 soldiers who did require surgery, other than we know the fact that they're in stable condition. As for the suspect, Cornelius Radford, he is currently in custody with the Army Criminal Investigation Division. Reporting on Fort Stewart, Christine Quayle, WSAV News 3 on your.
What's going on at all of these Army bases? It's like, y'all eventually every single year, it seems like at some point, well, maybe not every year. At least it's a scare every year. And then it's like every other year, somebody going, they shoot up a base. And that just happens. What's up with all what's going on at these bases? What I'm starting to realize, the more that I talk to y'all and the more that I have conversations with y'all about, yeah, I'm on it, Sabrina, about what's going on at these Army bases, the more I'm realizing, and I hate to say this, and I hate to say it, but I gotta say it. I gotta say the uncomfortable part out loud. I gotta say it. I can't ignore it. I gotta say it. It seems like, honestly, a lot of the people that enroll in the military, oh, this is about to be uncomfortable. Seems like a lot of the people that enroll in the military are a little bit cuckoo. Y'all, some of y'all crazy. Someone at the military base was messing with him and just shot him. You never know what people are going through. Okay, so how is that any different from what happens in prison? Not just the person that's shooting, but also the bullying. Not just the person that's in prison, but also the bullying. How is it any different from how they doing in prison? How they doing people in prison? No, listen. I get too many stories. You know what happens when I talk to people that say, "Oh man, I was in the military," or, bro, the worst stories ever come from people that say that they were in the military. And I'm not even talking about like that are deployed and fighting. I'm talking about the people that be on base. Now, if I'm off, tell me I'm off. But everything that I hear from people in the military, everybody's sleeping with everybody's wives. The divorce proceedings are the worst ever. The wives and the women or the people that get married, they do the worst domestic violence. They go and report to your superior officer and then you can get kicked out. All of that stuff. Bro, honestly, I hear the worst of society usually happens at a military base. And I don't know if it's the people that's at the military base, if it's the stuff that drive y'all at the military base to go crazy, the bullying, you never know what people went through. He just went and shot everybody. What the fuck you mean he just went and shot everybody? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Honestly, what are you talking about? I hear the worst. Man, my girl, bro. Yeah, bro. What happened to her? Man, on base. They always telling me that's what they always lead with. On base. What do you mean on base? On base, bro. Things, man, on base is crazy, man. It's crazy, bro. What happened to your girl? She told my superior officer, bro, because I caught her cheating. So then she gonna lie to my superior officer and tell him that I was abusive. Was you abusive? No, man, she crazy. Where was y'all at? On base. On base. On base. So wait a minute, you telling me that y'all just be on base because y'all got sex demons on base. I'ma just be for real with y'all. For whatever reason, I know it's true, Brandy. I know it's true. For whatever reason, people that go on base, they just jackrabbits. I don't know if y'all just exerting a lot of calories. I don't know what's going on base. So what's the women like that's in the military, man? Oh, the women that's on base. Oh, they different. Don't let them fool you, bro. So wait a minute, you saying that the women that's on base is worse than the women in the streets? Yeah, man, they different, bro. They different. They busted it down for everybody. So wait a minute, the women that's on base is being bustos? Yeah. So wait, all right. So you telling me not only can we can't talk to stewardess on the planes. We can't talk to flight attendants. All right, cool. Women in flight attendant, no. Nursing women, no. Plant women, no. Receptionists, no. Call center women, no. Cool. Got it. Got all of those. Personal assistants, no. They usually talking to the boss. Got it. Okay. All right. Women with no fathers, no. Single baby mamas, no. Women with purple hair, no. Kamala Harris voters, no. Anybody else? Don't talk to women that's been in the military, though. On base, no. What do you mean? So the women that's in the military fighting for our country? Man, let me tell you, time, dog. Dog, if I tell you some stories, this is what they be telling me. If I tell you what be happening on base, man, you got to promise not to ever mention my name. Don't ever mention my name. Staff Sergeant, smiley face. Staff Sergeant, smiley face, bro. She crazy, but she got that good. She got that good, dog. Like, they different on base. What do you mean they different on base? What are they doing? On base, the women on base, they like men with the D. You know what I'm saying? They don't just let you put the tip in. They beg for it. And then they can't get enough. They can't get enough. What? Is that what's happening? I'm telling you, bro. For whatever reason, y'all describe the military like a co-ed prison. Y'all do the same thing that the people in the prison do in the military, except for y'all got guns. And they got women and men in there too. I said, really? Is that what happened? Man, they crazy, Ton. Don't ever join the military. All right, you ain't ever got to worry about that, bro. Y'all different. Y'all just different.
It was an incredibly fast response, and I do attribute this to the training that this installation has done and the teams here have done. So at approximately 10:56, the incident was reported, and that went out over sort of an all calls net. That triggered a lot of responses.
Look at what Brandon Gordon says. Threesomes is just normal in the military. What? What do you mean? Now, Brandon, I need you to clarify, and it's the reason why I need you to clarify, Brandon. All right, I need you to clarify because it's the difference between a threesome as far as like two guys and a girl, two girls and a guy. I say a threesome is two girls and a guy. Two guys and a girl is a train. That's a bus though. Yeah. That's borderline gay, in my opinion. That's just my own personal opinion. That's borderline gay. Either scenario is this, like of you, a train or a bus though, is borderline gay. Because either when both of y'all is in there together, that's gay. That's borderline gay because y'all may not touch each other, but y'all can see each other's dicks. That's borderline gay. But then, like, if it's one after the other individually and you second, that's borderline gay. I'm just saying, whoever's second in line is gay. First, you the winner. Second, gay.
Trigger our installation emergency medical services, our police, our fire, our emergency medical services to respond, but it's also monitored by the local community, and then we requested assistance. At 11:04, we initial lockdown of the installation, so that is pretty quick. That wasn't me, that was the director of DES and the garrison commanders that immediately made that right call and that decision. At about 11:09, emergency personnel were
It's just the truth. I'm just kicking. I'm just giving my opinion. See, look. All news report differently. Most news report similar. Oh my God, it's a shooting at the military base. What is going on? Is it locked down? Is everybody good? My mind is working a little different, right? And so the way that my mind works, I look at news and I say, was he in a relationship with another man? Like the 14-year-old, right? First thing I wanted to know is she a stepmama? because they got the same name as me. Once I realized it's stepmama, the second thing I was thinking to myself is, why is why is his friend defending him so much? Maybe they were in a relationship. I don't know. So I look at my context clues differently. You know, I take my life experiences. I'm not reading from a teleprompter. I'm just telling you what my authentic thoughts are. My first thought is, yeah, dog, it's going down in the military. You know, so the news that y'all get from me, it's a little different than what you're going to get on MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. This ain't hood news. This is real news. This is what we going to get to the context clues of what's happening. Somebody sent me a story. I'm going to review it tomorrow. The trans person I was robbing trains. First thing that came to mind is a little different than what you might think. Yep. A little different.
Dispatched to treat the wounded. At 11:35, the shooter was apprehended by the soldiers and the law enforcement. Several behind us and several in the crowd that we recognized earlier. So really what that means, we had about 13 minutes after that first report, we already had people, ambulances, fire, fish and game, military police responded and were on the scene. And then we had local support from the amazing community here. We had the first SWAT team arrive from off post within 20 minutes on site, which is truly incredible. So we're incredibly grateful for the support from the community. I'm incredible for our leadership that trained our soldiers to react this way. And then as the Secretary said, we're incredibly proud of the soldiers themselves. Thank you.
Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have. Thank you guys for coming. We're going to stand by. I think we have some time that we can talk to them.
Military officials, they're offering an update on yesterday's shooting at Fort Stewart in Georgia, where 5 soldiers were injured. We learned 3 are out of the hospital. 2 of them, both female soldiers, remain hospitalized. 1 on base, could be released this weekend. The other at a hospital.
But see, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, y'all saying that he was getting bullied, but now that I'm getting more details and they saying that 3 of them was female, why he shoot the women? What is it that he shot the women for? Y'all mind don't start to try to figure it out. Okay, wait a minute. So women don't usually get shot that often in the military unless something else is going on, or maybe somebody was sleeping with somebody else. Y'all already giving stories of bullying. They said that he shot the women. Did he shoot them random? Was it just women that was in his way, or was these women that he knew? Was it women that was in his barracks? Like, I don't know. Did he train with them before? Did they ever turn him down? Did one of the women go sleep with somebody else? That was a thing that just the straw that broke the camel's back. I need to know more than just what they're telling me on the surface. I need to know more than what they're telling me on the surface. I'm not just going with the standard rigmarole. Why did he shoot the women? Why did he shoot the women? Why is 3 women recovering? Why did he hit them? I need to know. And that's the way my mind works. I know that we all different, but you're going to have to give me a little bit of grace because, you know, that's just life over here on the Anton Daniels channel. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Let me read a few more super chats, and then I think we're going to have a good show tonight on After Hours. Tia Marie says, love you, AD. Keep being great. Thank you, Tia. Tia always been holding me down and showing me love. Carrington Love Jr. says, when you stand up, it's hilarious, bro. You move like Carl Johnson in the strip club on San Andreas. Shout out to GTA 6 should be coming out next year, I think, right? Smarty McFly says, Crockett is the Temu version of Candace Owens. Jay Ben, if you bust down Jasmine Crockett, you got to do that just for stripes. Like, you doing that for like internal reasons. Yeah, nigga, I'll bust down a Congress member, nigga. Yeah. You doing that just so you can say, because I never advise guys to talk. Don't pillow talk. Don't tell names. Don't do none of that. If you bust down, I want to know, because that's some stripes that I ain't never seen no guy do. I seen guys say, yeah, nigga, them Hollywood chicks, they different. Hollywood chicks is different. They do the whole thing. I done seen guys talk about hood chicks. I done seen them talk about white girls. I done seen them talk about movie stars. I done seen them talk about good girls, wives, all that stuff. I ain't never seen one of y'all say that y'all done had a Congress member Yeah. Tell me. Yeah. Yeah, nigga. I had me a Congress member. What? What the Congress member box like? Congress members is different, bro. They a little stuffy at first because they don't know whether or not, they make you go through the rigmarole, but they different, Congress box is different. I want to know, because that's just stripes. Guys do stuff for stripes. They don't do it because they actually interested sometimes. They do it because it's uncharted territory that maybe nobody they've ever known has ever been able to be in that space. So the excitement of doing something that nobody ever did before is what gets you. Yeah, man, dog, I got a Congress member. Nigga. What you mean you had a Congress member? Yeah. Nigga, calm down. Congress box different? It's different, nigga. It's a whole nother world. They be doing legislation while you over to Congress. And nigga, don't you know that the president was calling at the same time? What? The president? Yeah, nigga, the president. They was trying to invade. And so they had to get the Congress members together. That's how we are. That's who we are. Listen, before we continue on with the show, I would like for all of you comedians that steal jokes, don't watch my show. I seen somebody steal my joke the other day. I was very disappointed. I'm going to start calling y'all out. Stop stealing my content. Everything I do is authentic, it's improv, it's off the top of the head. Don't steal my jokes. If I find out that you did a special, if I find out that you had an improv club, if I find out that you had a comedy sub, and y'all out here stealing my authentic content that I do on a regular basis, because it's not gonna work for you. You don't tell it the same way that I tell it, because you don't have it the same thing. You got to stay in your lane. If you get caught up on a joke, work on your joke. Don't steal my jokes, bro. I'm serious. Don't steal my jokes. Don't. Now, I'm going to call you out. So, I heard one of y'all be watching and kind of like, yeah, I like when he said that. Yeah. Y'all this world is smaller than you think it is. World is smaller than you think it is. I don't think that people don't steal. They steal. My dog J Ben says, tell her to quit talking. Unzip. Now bless the mic. Facts. Chris Latson says, the reason most soldiers don't want to get help for mental illness, it's frowned upon in the military. They treat you like an outcast for getting treatment. That's crazy. T Wright, shout out to T Wright. You out here throwing the bag around like I'm a stripper? Military girls are just like baby mama civilians. It's all the same. That's what I keep hearing. T Wright, that's what I keep hearing, my Detroit brethren. Exotic Savannah Kid. Whoa. Let me see. I'm not into cats, but I'm into cats, 155 sent me at 10:55, 1 minute and 55 sent me. You keep it raw, real, and uncut. I respect your grind. Stay up and prosperous. Shout out to my snow bunnies. Shout out to my snow bunnies and the kid moms. Umar Johnson is not going to like you, but I like you. Peace and Pan-Africanism. We having a paint party. And you got that video. Exotic F7. That's my favorite number. It's my favorite letter and my favorite number. A, B, C, D, E, F, 6 before the 7. Yeah, come talk to me. The Snow Bunnies love AD. Shout out to my girl, the F7 Savannah Kid Mom. I like that. I like that name. I like that. Meow. I like that. Mr. Kevin Germain says, bro, I'm at work clowning, bro. 10 years in the Army, 2 times Iraq vet, and you ain't told one lie. I knew it. I told you. They be telling me. I know what's going on. Cynthia Haynes says, sir, I do agree with you on emotional and mental illness concerning our soldiers, but it takes a special kind of honorable person to join the military. Thank you for your bravery and service. Yes, we do love our military members and our service members. Some of them is just doing it for the benefits, but it's okay. It's all right. We still love them. J Ben says, tiff over Jasmine Crockett. Vegas on the city card. I might have to go back to Vegas. Maybe I'll go back to Vegas after I do Fresh and Fit. The Millionaire Boxolitis show, says Joe Gunn. That's what it is. My dog Rod Brown in the building says, blessings to you, AB. Appreciate you, big dog. I appreciate you more. I appreciate you more, Rod. Roderick Brown. I appreciate you more. And shout out to my snow bunnies. Shout out to my snow bunnies. I see you, K. Cooper. Kimmy. All right, so listen. Slay Away Kimmy wants me to stop talking about boxolitis. I think I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. AD ain't stopped throwing in box for a little razzle dazzle. Kimmy, what is it? What is it? What would you like for me to do? I am going to let you determine what the course of the show is going forward. Kimmy would like for Anton to not be on boxolitis time. Oh, snaps. But I keep getting distracted. Though. I keep getting distracted. You know what I'm saying? I keep getting distracted. I don't know what to do. They putting cats in the chat. They putting bunnies in the chat. They putting bunnies in the chat. What's up to my snow bunnies? Hey, all of my snow bunnies. Snow bunnies, they don't hit me up. They don't hit me up on Instagram. They hit me up on TikTok. Hey, Anton and X. Hey, Anton, I love your I love your content. You so smart. Oh man. What's up to all of my shout out to my snow bunnies that's out here in the streets getting it in. This is the Millionaire Morning Show. Let it snow. Let it snow. Ah, mine is cold. And the fire's burning. So baby, let it. You can't hit that line. Snow. Hey, what did Wanye says? Wanye and Slim. Let it snow. Let it snow. Shout out to my snow bunnies letting it snow. We love snow bunnies here. We love snow bunnies. We love snow bunnies over here on the Millionaire Morning Show. Don't let anybody dissuade you from going up and coming and hanging in with Time Dog. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. I'm about to call Brian McKnight in a minute. I'm going to call Brian. You know me and Brian is great friends. I'm going to call Brian in a minute. I am. Tell me about Boys to Men. Was there any competition? All right. Y'all ready to get into the next part of the show? Let's get to it. We got to get to the money, y'all. If we don't do nothing on this show, at the very least, we're going to get to the money. All right? Y'all love me too? Thank you. I appreciate you. Snow is welcome here. Yes, it is. Snow is welcome here. Apple. Big news came out yesterday. Tim Cook pulled up to the White House and they said, we got another $100 billion for you guys, which brings our total that we are investing inside of the United States of America over the next 4 years to $600 billion. Let me give Tim Cook and Apple a round of applause. Let me give Trump a round of applause because they didn't just say that they were investing an additional $100 billion. They also bent the knee and they gave Trump an award. And the award was a 24-karat base along with the plaque of the actual glass that they're going to be manufacturing in Kentucky and their additional investment here in Michigan. All right, so let's get into it. Apple investing here in the United States of America, and it's going to be a great thing. A lot of people say that Trump is not winning. I think that he's winning tremendously.
I want to thank you very much. Tim, would you like to say a few words about your company, please?
Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. President, thank you very much for having me here today. You've been a great advocate for American innovation and manufacturing, and I'm grateful for your leadership and your commitment. That's a commitment we share at Apple because American innovation is central to everything we do. Our products are designed here, we're hiring and growing here, and we support 450,000 jobs with thousands of suppliers and partners in all 50 states. Earlier this year, we made our largest ever spending commitment, $500 billion to the U.S. over the next 4 years.
Can we get a round of applause for Trump and Apple for doing the right thing and continuing to invest in American manufacturing? Something that the Biden administration and any administration prior to that, they were not business focused. They were not business friendly. I am going to be reading you guys' super chats and cash apps also on the next segment. So I'm definitely going to hold y'all down. Shout out to Rand Wilson. I appreciate you. But no other president in history is getting this level of investment in modern times. Certainly not in my lifetime. Certainly not in my lifetime. Now, I got to give Barack Obama a little bit of grace. And the reason that I'm going to give him a pass, all right, is because Barack Obama had inherited a horrible, and when I say horrible, I mean horrible set of cards and keys to the White House because Bush and also Clinton before him and Bush before him and presidents before them, they had basically conspired to manufacture the exodus and the selling of America to foreign interests. And Trump is the one that's now reversing it all. Barack Obama was handed a situation where he had to manage through and get us to a space to where we had to get stability. All right, I'm going to give him some credit. I think that he had inherited what could have possibly been the worst economy in my lifetime. In my lifetime. I got to just say it. It's the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to be biased just because it's one thing or the other. Barack Obama had inherited the worst economy. If you didn't live through it, thank God, because it was people that were killing themselves. People that were jumping off of bridges, jumping off of buildings. The suicide rates had spiked. People had lost everything. And so I remember that there were mass reports, and we didn't even have social media to the point that we have it now. There were mass reports of people that were offing themselves because of the economy. It was very, very bad. So I have to give Barack Obama a pass on this one because Clinton, the Bushes, all of them had manufactured the mass exodus, and they were the architects of what happened when it came to the housing crisis and the banking crisis and the jobs crisis and the eroding in NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement, the whole 9 yards. They were the architects. But Trump is doing something that I have never seen in my lifetime, and he's forcing countries, forcing companies, forcing entities to invest more inside of the United States of America in order to do business here. It's a very simple equation.
That's already yielding results. Earlier this year, we broke ground on a new factory in Houston to make advanced AI servers. And just last month, the very first test unit rolled off that factory's line, proudly made in America. President Trump shared some kind words about that work, but he also asked us to think about what more we could commit to doing. And Mr. President, we took that challenge very seriously. I'm glad to be here with you today, and I'm very proud to say that today we're committing an additional $100 billion to the United States, bringing our total U.S. investment to $600 billion over the next 4 years. As a part of this, we're launching Apple's American Manufacturing Program. It will spur even more production right here in America for critical components used in Apple products all around the world. And we're thrilled to announce that we've already signed new agreements with 10 companies across America to do just that. First, with today's announcements, I'm proud to say that Apple is leading the creation of an end-to-end silicon supply chain right here in America, from design to equipment to wafer production to fabrication to packaging. In Texas, we're working with manufacturers like Texas Instruments, Global Wafers America, and Applied Materials. We're working with Amcor in Arizona and Broadcom and Global Foundries in New York. Thanks to President Trump's vision, and with his help in his first term, we also led the way to bring TSMC to Arizona by committing to be their first and largest customer. Today, they're producing tens of millions of chips for Apple using one of the most advanced process technologies in America today. We're going to keep working with our suppliers to move even more of this incredibly advanced work to America. And this year alone, American manufacturers are on track to make 19 billion chips for Apple in 24 factories across 12 different states. Second, we're committed to buying American-made advanced rare earth magnets developed by MP Materials, which will become part of Apple's devices shipped around the world. MP is the only fully integrated rare earth producer in the United States, and with this partnership, they'll be significantly expanding their flagship facility in Fort Worth, Texas. We're also thrilled to work together on a cutting-edge rare earth recycling line in Mountain Pass, California. And third, in Kentucky, we've worked with our partners at Corning to build the world's largest and most advanced smartphone glass production line. And I'm pleased to announce that very soon, this is for the first time ever, every single new iPhone and every single new Apple Watch sold anywhere in the world will contain cover glass made in Kentucky. In addition to the American Manufacturing Program, we're also significantly growing our investments in AI, including expanding data center capacity in North Carolina, in Nevada, in Iowa, in Arizona, and Oregon. So we're going to keep making investments right here in America. We're going to keep hiring in America. And we're going to keep building technologies at the heart of our products right here in America, because we're a proud American company and we believe deeply in the promise of this great nation. Thank you all, and thank you, President Trump, for putting American innovation and American jobs front and center. Thank you.
So first of all, let me give them a round of applause. Because again, a lot of the benefits that come from the Trump's presidency and this time around, the next generation of people, the next president will benefit off of Trump's investment in America, because they are committing to investing in America over the next 4 years, over $600 billion. This is Apple alone. This has nothing to do with all of the other countries and all of this stuff, all of the other investments and companies that are investing inside of the United States of America. So we won't even truly be able to appreciate what Trump has done for America until after he's out of office. after he is out of office. Somebody says, why is it always Kentucky? Probably because, and this is why I was telling y'all that it's important for us to vote, probably because Kentucky has a governor and legislature and city, and they work with the companies. They are competing for jobs. And so when these companies select which place they're going to open this manufacturing facility or this research facility or this data center or whatever it is, usually they are working with the different people that are in office in order to get these type of investments. And that's why they then invest in those particular places. So when y'all say, well, voting doesn't matter. Yes, it does. It 100% does. It matters at the top level from Trump all the way to your governor, all the way to your city council, all the way to your township supervisor. It 100% matters. It absolutely 100% matters. People keep saying that it doesn't matter because they keep looking at stuff that's not relevant to what is going to affect your everyday life. It absolutely matters. And I had to learn that the hard way when I seen jobs absolutely get destroyed here in Detroit, Michigan. And I'm like, man, why was we a one-trick pony? Why didn't we diversify? Why didn't we court other industries? Why was we just sitting there focused on unions and all of this other type of stuff when we was a one-trick pony? And then we started to make adjustments and we started to diversify. That's why we then became the biggest mortgage servicer inside of the United States of America. We have the two biggest mortgage servicers here in Michigan, and Rocket and United Warehouse Mortgage now. And so it matters. It 100. Everything. You can't ignore the politics because those are the people that then petition the Apples to open up the investment facilities inside of your states. Absolutely, it matters. Those are the people that then incentivize the additional investment in technology and education. And because you have to have a workforce that can also sustain being able to take those jobs if they can't recruit people to move to that city. It all matters. It all matters from a business perspective, from an educational perspective. It's all integrated. We are all integrated. We all are connected in some way, shape, or form. We are all connected. We are all connected, 100%. Absolutely. But Tim Cook also, he's no stranger. He's very, very smart. He's incredibly smart. Incredibly smart. Tim Cook is super smart. He's very wise. He's actually one of my favorite CEOs. He's also awarded Trump an award, and he made sure that he's making friends with Kool-Aid.
I thought maybe while we're up, I'll interrupt my own speech by you might show them a little bit about the product that you're going to be doing in Kentucky, Tim.
Absolutely. Do you mind if I step over?
Yes, please.
This box was made here in the U.S., in California, and this glass comes off the Corning line. It's engraved for President Trump. It's a unique unit of one. It was designed by a U.S. Marine Corps corporal, a former one, that works at Apple now.
That's good. He's done well.
Designed it for you. And the base comes from Utah and is 24 karat gold. And it sits, I'll take the liberty of setting it up.
Wow.
Well, let's see. There we go. Congratulations,
Thank you
Mr.
very much.
President.
It's
Thank you so
fantastic.
much.
The great people of Kentucky. You're going to find it a great place to do business, too. It's fantastic. Isn't that nice? We're doing these things now in the United States instead of other countries, faraway countries. This is a significant step toward the ultimate goal of ensuring that iPhones sold in the United States of America also are made in America. With the mass infusion of capital it's announcing today, Apple will also build a 250,000 square foot server manufacturing facility in Houston and invest billions of dollars to construct data centers across the country from North Carolina to Iowa to Oregon. That's big stuff. Apple will also open state-of-the-art manufacturer economy. It's going to be a manufacturing academy in Detroit, and that's a great place to do. Well, you know, big things are happening in Michigan and Detroit. They're coming in because of what we've done with the, I call it the Great Big Beautiful Bill. I added one word, great.
Shout out to Apple. Shout out to the Trump administration for continuing to invest in the United States of America. Liberals are pissed. Liberals are mad. They are angry. They are mad. But I'll also say this, aside from the whole liberal and political thing, when you see certain industries and certain things happening in these industries coming to your state, coming to your city, you can basically anticipate what you should even recommend yourself or your children to go into as a curriculum when they decide that they want to go to college, because those are the type of jobs that we're going to need in order to fill certain, certain positions. And I'll also tell you this, when you are educated, when you are positioned for these jobs and things like that, I'll tell you this, that it's much, much easier for you to be in a position to sustain, maintain a position to, have job stability and all of that type of stuff when you have an education that is focused or career focused in a particular industry. We don't talk enough about jobs. We really don't. And I think that I'm going to make that more of a thing that I hit on, that I deep dive into a little bit more, because I think that we do a lot of talk about entrepreneurship. We do a lot of talk about trading and all of this stuff. And for whatever reason, we have this fascination with being a boss. With being a boss, with being in a position of power, owning your own business. And that's a good thing, right? It can be a good thing if you understand it right. But we don't have enough conversations about the people that have a really nice net worth that don't necessarily own a business, or they not a rapper, or they not an entertainer, and they not in the creator industry. They not a this, or they not that. They not on tour or something like that, right? We don't have enough conversation about jobs. And I know it's not a sexy subject. And I know I also have to probably figure out how to make it sexy or make it interesting, because you got to put the medicine in the candy. People don't want to hear about that. People don't want to know where the next jobs are and all of this stuff. They don't want to hear that. That's the honest to God truth. So I would have to figure out how I can make it sexy, because we don't have enough conversation about the type of jobs that you should be going into, or the type of curriculums that you should be signing up for, or any of that type of stuff. It's not a sexy subject to talk about, but it's sexy when you have job stability. It's not a sexy subject to talk about, but it's very sexy when you have job stability. Nobody is at the top of the totem pole more than the person that still got a job when everybody is getting laid off at the same time. Nobody, let me say that again, and then we're going to move on to the next subject. Nobody is more attractive, nobody is winning more than when you can pay your bills and get a tank full of gas, and you got job stability when everybody in a particular industry is affected. You big dog. You top dog. You're top dog. If you were able to maintain a job without layoffs in 2008, you know what they was doing? They was quiet. They wasn't trying to make a lot of noise. They was being quiet. They wasn't trying to chirp too much. The rich people in 2008 was the people that still had jobs and didn't get laid off. Yeah, we gonna be. Yeah, they was pretending like they was a part of everybody else. Yeah, it's hard out here. You see this recession? It's tough. Never fell behind on their mortgage. Had an extreme amount of savings. Made the right decisions. They kept acting like they was poor like the rest of us. Man, you see what's going on? You see what's happening with the housing market? It's tough. It's tough. Man, you going back to school? I'm going back to school too. I'm definitely gonna go back to school. You going back to school with a Pell Grant. He going to school because he getting tuition assistance to increase his skill set. Yeah, you see what happened to them over at that Ford plant? Yeah. And if you ask them, yeah, man, so how you holding up? We figuring it out. We maintaining. We gonna figure it out. We gonna make it work. You know, Susan is a little worried. She says she don't know what's gonna happen. You know, we got the kids together. Everybody. Then they start changing the subject. Susan was a little worried. You know, we got the kids together. Brought everybody home for Thanksgiving. By the way, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? No, you know, we gonna have a family together. Not traveling this year because we're trying to preserve capital. But family's coming in for Thanksgiving. I think I'm gonna have my mother-in-law over, you know. Thanksgiving, you know, it's the time for family. Who you think gonna win the game? Yeah, you know the Lions, they always play on Thanksgiving. I think they playing the Vikings this year. They start changing the subject when they don't want to tell you that they really doing well. And then they talk about you when they go into that. Yeah, Anton, John, all of them getting laid off. It's crazy. I told them niggas. What'd you tell them, honey? I told them that they need to change. They was so busy talking about, no, I'm just going to stay in the plant. I told them, but they didn't want to listen. You know? Asking me if I want to go hoop. No, I ain't going to hoop with y'all. I'm going to work. You know? I ain't trying to lose my job with them. They on their own. That's how they talk about you when they go in the house. Yeah, man, what y'all got going on? Hey, you gonna catch the game? It's crazy. Yeah, man. Megatron, you see him catch that catch? When he go in his house, when he talk to his wife, he be talking about you, though. Man, they struggling. I don't know if they gonna be able to keep their house. They say they month to month, paycheck to paycheck, you know? And then he started throwing salt in the game to his girl and to his girl's homegirls. I told y'all thought that them niggas was cool. They ain't even got no money right now. It's rough for them. Yeah. Remember when you said you liked him? Remember when you thought he was cute? Is he still cute to you? I'm just saying, because you the one that said that you wanted to talk to him. If you would have started talking to him, what would have happened if he'd got you pregnant? Yeah, you would have had to move in his mother's basement with him. Do you even like his mom? Have you met his mom? She cute, but you want to deal with a mom like that? I remember you said you liked him. You said you liked him. They start throwing salt in the wounds. They shake your hand when they're in front of you, but then when they get around, remember your homegirl said you liked him? I just stayed focused. And you said you said you had a crush on him in high school. That y'all should have got together. Yeah, I stayed focused. It's a good thing you chose me. You see that? Because it's about the long term. A lot of women ain't focused on the long term. Y'all so focused on what's in front of you. You know, he was talking a good game because he had that big car. I seen the repo man come and get it the other day. You wasn't home because you was I had you out with your mom and we sent you out of town. But the repo man came and they tried to take his truck. They wasn't doing as good as they thought they would. Should have put them up for a rainy day, right? They want to press down into you. They want to confirm it because they don't want you to get even a smidget of an idea of what could have happened. He don't even know. I still hit. She just didn't tell you. She still like me. Let me stop. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. What's up, Miss Freckles? What's up to everybody in the chat? I want to welcome y'all to the Millionaire Morning Show. We have a good show, a good second part of the show to line up for you guys. Yeah. We work hard, we play hard. We have a lot of good, clean fun. We joke a lot, but hopefully y'all get through y'all day and y'all have a good time at work. Common Sense says, bro, you projecting. I'm projecting what? You don't want me to stand up again, nigga. Projecting what? I told you, bro. Good deed. I'll never be homeless. I'll never be homeless. Because who acts like this? I do. I act like this. Oh, you want me to be like everybody else? You got an eagle in your profile picture. He's playing himself. Aww. Hey, guys, we got one. We got a hurt one. We got one. We spoke him up. He never commented before. He subscribed. Common Sense One, he subscribed. We got one, guys. Hey, guys, we got one here. Guys, we got one. We got one right here, guys. He said this was his conversation with his wife. How was it the conversation? I was the one that was poor. I was the one that had to go back into my mother's basement. I was the one that was poor. What are you talking about? I'm the one that lost everything. I lost my cars. I got my stuff represented. This ain't new. Are y'all new? Are y'all new? Are y'all new to this show? Are y'all unfamiliar with my background? Oh, he poor little tink tink. Maybe y'all knew. Maybe you knew. People are struggling. I knew it. I knew it. If you let people talk long enough, you'll find out. He's the poor one, ladies and gentlemen. He's the poor one. We found him. People struggling, and it's a joke. It's not a joke. We found the poor one, guys. Ladies, I knew it. Listen, sometimes when you tell the stories, it hit home. It's the broke one. Sometimes when you tell the stories, it hit home. This the person that got the Obama phone. Big dog, it's okay. You're going to come out of it. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I didn't have you in mind when I was saying it. I was just talking. I didn't have you in mind when I was saying it. I was just talking. I didn't know that you was going to feel some type of way about it. It's cool, bro. It's cool. You're going to come out of it. You're going to come out of it. It's going to happen, bro. I know. Yeah, see, I know. I found you. Got him. Mm-hmm. Got him. Laugh at it, bro. Listen, it's jokes. It's just jokes. I didn't know you was going to be the one that was struggling and going through it. You're going to get another job. You'll get another car. Wait a few years. It's going to drop off of your credit. You'll be fine, bro. Don't let this economy, don't let the things that's happening in this economy break you down, okay? It's cool. It's cool. If you're struggling, it's all right. You're going to come through it. God is going to help you. Anton is going to give you the game. You're going to take the advice. You're going to make longer term decisions, and you're going to fix your life. Don't be broken about it. You know what I'm saying? You got this. You got this. I know that it's people struggling, and we joke about it. That's how we get through life. It's some truth in it, but that's what makes it funny. That's what makes it funny. Don't get offended. Don't get offended. All right? Put your big girl pants on. Pull your big girl drawers up. Hold it down. You unfamiliar with my background? You'll learn. Stick around. You'll learn. You'll learn. Okay? I joke about it because I've been through it too. I don't want you to feel offended. We all go through stuff. We all got stuff that's happening in our life. Laugh about it. This is an opportunity for you to not get so uptight. Don't get so offended. All right? I want y'all to have a sense of humor. Let it go. Let it go. Be entertained. Let it go. You got it. I know. I could see it. The Spirit of God told me that you was. Honest to God, I really did. I already know. I can tell. I already know. Even if it's just through a text, even if it's through a type, I know who I'm talking to and when I'm talking to it. I want you to have thicker skin, and I want you to understand that what happens tomorrow and 2 and 3 years from now, you're not even going to remember. It's going to be a distant memory. It's a learning lesson. You got it. You got it. So don't be offended. I done been through it, and that's why I'm easily able to talk about it. I joke about it. Getting offended is a weak emotion. You got it. Come on. Tap in with your friends. Stay subscribed, and you're going You're going to realize that all we do is give good information, have good fun and entertainment. We joke about each other. I joke about myself. I joke about my own problems, my own issues, and everything. I live my whole life like an open book, and people criticize, and I don't get offended. I just go ahead and use it as a learned lesson, and I use myself as an example of how you can overcome and be better version of yourself. Just let it go. You can make adjustments. You got this. All right? All right, let's get to it. Yeah, let's get to it, y'all. We got this. We good. We good. Let me read a couple of, actually, I'm going to read Super Chats after this next one. What was that? Apple. Let's go over to ICE agents. Let's laugh at ICE arresting people at Home Depot now. Make sure y'all hit a like. Listen, let's laugh at people getting arrested at Home Depot. Let's laugh at Hefe and them. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? They caught this live. This is what was happening in Los Angeles. All right. Hefe and them over here illegal, not doing what they supposed to do. Listen, you know what? Common sense, at least you ain't Hefe and them. No matter what, look, no matter what, just remember this. At the end of the day, you ain't getting deported, though. You ain't getting deported, right? You got the American Eagle on your logo. You doing what you got to do. You ain't getting deported. Yeah. Look at what they got to go through.
Fox News exclusively embedding with Customs and Border Protection for an immigration raid in Los Angeles. DHS is honing in on a particular neighborhood where it says an infamous gang was formed. Matt Finn is live from LA with more on this story. Hey, Matt.
Hi, Jackie. It was called Operation Trojan Horse, and DHS tells us it was the first time they used unmarked rental trucks during an immigration enforcement here in Los Angeles. DHS drove those trucks into a parking lot of a Home Depot near MacArthur Park. One of the Border Patrol drivers apparently did pose as someone looking for work, but then immigration agents came out of the trucks and dozens of people scattered. 16 people were taken into custody. We are working on confirming their information.
Get over here, F.A. Get over here. Get over here, F.A.
Now, agents got in and out in a matter of minutes. DHS says they did surveillance of this area prior, and they used the rental trucks because they claim there's too many scouts in this area. Now, I talked with Border Patrol Chief Greg Bavino and asked for his response to critics who say enforcements like this are just targeting people looking for work.
And when we look at the damage that unmitigated immigration is.
Y'all said that. You said that scary, Slick Boss? Oh, y'all must not be familiar, Slick Boss. Let me tell you something. This is not something that's not uncommon in the hood. Yeah. If you ain't never seen a raid van, this is normal. Actually, I felt like they was a little slower than what we used to see in the hood on Cherry Lawn and Norfolk. Between Cherry Lawn and 8 Mile, or between Norfolk and 8 Mile, Jump Out Boys raid vans was everywhere. San Juan, that's another street. San Juan, Woodingham, Roselawn, and Stopel raid vans. It wasn't uncommon to see that raid van come out. Look, I don't feel sorry for them breaking the law the same way that I didn't feel sorry when we would be seeing the Jump Out Boys and the raid vans coming to get the criminals in the hood. I don't feel anything. These super sassy liberals with the bull nose ring and the septum ring, oh my God, they were just looking for work. I'm used to this. I am used to seeing the raid van. Y'all just now seeing, they just adapting. They practiced on us before they perfected the method, and so they showing up on y'all. They practiced on us for decades. Yeah. As soon as you make a buy, they see where your stash is, because let me tell you how it go down, all right? In the hood, you never kept your stash on you. That's a rookie mistake. Whatever it was that you were selling, You never kept your stash on you. So whoever it was that was actually collecting the money, you know what I'm saying? You got to go around the block to go and get that. Or you got to go in the backyard to go and get that. You never have the same person that's collecting the money dishing out the inventory, right? And so they got to do surveillance. They got to find out where the stash is. They know who the characters are, right? The stash is going to be in a different place. And that's not just for the police. That's also for the Jack boys, because the Jack boys want to know where the stash at, right? And so when you seen the Raven coming down the street, they already knew everything and where it was. They already knew everything and where it was. So you got to know where it's at, but you can't necessarily have it too close to you, because just in case that they raid the stash, you can say, well, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You can walk away. Listen, they perfected the method on us before they started implementing it on them. They perfected the method on us, and then they implemented it on them. So when I seen them jumping out the rental truck, the U-Haul Penske truck, and going to get Hefe in them, I said, oh, a Keto Taco Bell, huh? Yeah. Keto Taco Bell. I don't feel nothing because I'm used to seeing this.
This cause to this country. Look at the Jacqueline Nungares and the Kate Steinleys and all those that have been hurt, maimed, and killed by illegal aliens. I think they need to redirect their attention and maybe think a little harder before they say things like that.
Now, last month, LA Mayor Karen Bass showed up in person to a federal immigration raid at MacArthur Park. Bass claims yesterday's Trojan horse operation may have violated a recent temporary restraining order issued by a federal judge aimed at preventing alleged discrimination by the Trump administration during raids here.
So you say that there is evidence that they were asking, are people here looking for work? How is that consistent with them saying that they were looking for the gang members or that they were abiding by the TRO?
Love defending criminal
Penske has
activity.
released a statement about DHS using the trucks, writing in part, Penske strictly prohibits the transportation of people in the cargo area of its vehicles under any circumstances. The company was not made aware that its trucks would be used in today's operation and did not authorize this. Penske will reach out to DHS and reinforce its policy to avoid improper use of its vehicle.
They love defending criminals. They love defending the things that's the worst in the community, in the neighborhood. They love always trying to protect people that ain't supposed to be there. So they can have lookouts, they can do all of this stuff, but they can't abide by the law. You ain't even supposed to be soliciting. You ain't even supposed to be soliciting. You ain't even supposed to be standing around certain places.
More than a dozen day laborers and street vendors were detained by federal agents. It all started with an early morning raid at this Home Depot in Westlake. It was called Operation Trojan Horse. The raids sparking protests and tonight a vigil for those detained. NBC4's
vigil.
Macy J.
Y'all pray for people? They didn't pray for the drug dealers that got raided and locked up. Y'all pray for people that do stuff illegal in this country? Okay, all right.
Is live with reaction from immigration advocates and the response from federal officials. Macy.
Hi, Carolyn. Well, it was a very eventful day here at this Home Depot in Westlake. First, that enforcement operation early this morning. Less than 12 hours later, a vigil where dozens gathered to really pay their respects and stand in solidarity with the people who were detained. And all day, political leaders and community activists have been weighing in on what happened.
We simply will not allow this to continue.
You know who the person is that I like more than anybody inside of the United States of America that actually is so disgraceful? It's not even black culture. It's not people that choose not to vote. It's not the hood. It's not my baby girls that's always inside of the going to Kroger and save a lot and going to Walmart with their bonnets and their pajamas on. It's not the ladies that I see inside of the airport with a full face of makeup, but they still got their bonnets on and they still got their Crocs on. It's not them. It's not them. The worst people in the United States of America right now is white women apologists. The worst, most irritating people inside of the United States of America right now are white women apologists. You know, The people that are always going to be the social justice warriors. You know, when I think about white women apologists and I see y'all always with the microphones, not my snow bunnies that just like to throw it back for a real one and actually support the United States of America, but the white woman apologists. I always ask myself, y'all don't have no jobs? You ain't got no man to cook for. You ain't got no family member that you need to deal with. You ain't got no flight to catch. You ain't got no community service that you need to take care of. So every day that there's something happening, in the middle of the day, you're out there with a microphone in your hand, sitting there having a conversation about social justice. You said in liberal white men tend to be a little bit more gayer. So you don't really take them serious. They always talk with a lisp. Liberal white men tend to be a lot more gayer, and they talk with a lisp. All of that. A lisp. STHP. A lisp. Liberal white men always talk with a lisp. They talk with a lisp. LISTHP. They talk with a lisp. So we're not worried about them. We're not worried about them, especially ones that's married. That's a lavender marriage. That's a lavender marriage. We're not worried about that. The liberal white men, they don't have no power. We're not worried about them. They talk with a lisp. All right. But white women, liberal white women apologists, they got a chokehold on the black community like never before. They got a chokehold on the black community like never before. White women apologists are always on the wrong side of history. They always advocating for the black culture. That's the horrible. They always are advocating for illegal migrants. They're always trying to mobilize and apologize to criminals for doing criminal activity in this side of their communities. They 100%, boy. Y'all, that's why y'all keep telling me, no, you know, black people was the first people here on earth. Bush. You lied to me. Because you ain't gonna never convince me that Eve wasn't a white woman. You're never going to convince me that Eve was not a white apologist. You're not going to tell me. You're never going to convince me that Eve was not a white apologist. Oh man, the first people that was here on earth, they was black. No, you lied to me. I'm not going for that. It had to be a white woman. Had to be her. Pale face. Pale face. Had to be pale face right here. Never got no eyelashes, no eyebrows. They face is the same color as their booty.
Protesters voicing a new level of outrage.
Look at it. Look at that man right there. You telling me that you telling me that those men are not gay? Tell me to my face. Walk up. Micro penises and homosexuality. That's all I see right now. I feel the Lord talking to me. Micro penises and homosexuality. That's all I see in this picture. All I see in this picture. Look at that. What person would be standing there next to them and saying, you know what? Oh man, we need to go and advocate for them. All I see is micro penis and homosexuality in this picture. That's all I see. I don't see anything outside of that. None of you women in the chat would ever give any of these guys a chance. None of you women in the chat would ever give any of these guys a chance. Never. Not a day in your life. And then y'all come over here talking about, where's all of the masculine men? So you want a conservative. Okay. So you want guns, huh? You want guns and butter. You want guns and butter? y'all want it from us. And then y'all go and protest with them. This is y'all gay best friends out here.
Rage over immigration raids after federal agents showed up to the Westlake Home Depot.
Look at the umbrella. Y'all gonna go stand under that umbrella? That's a demonic umbrella right there. You gonna go stand under that umbrella? Are you going to go and stand under the rainbow umbrella with your liberal friends? Hey guys, we're gonna stand on it. Hey guys, We're going to stand on it. I hear you, OG. I hear you, OG Rihanna.
Wednesday morning, hiding inside of a Penske truck and arrested more than a dozen people in what they called Operation Trojan Horse.
This administration decided to throw water in the face of that federal court.
I didn't watch this video before we played it. Honest to God, on everything. I never watched this video before we played it. Are you telling me that they don't all fit the same category that I just literally explained? Look at it. Look. Look at him. You telling me that this man is strong in his masculinity? You want him around your children?
And arrested more than a dozen people in what they called Operation Trojan Horse.
This administration decided to throw water in the face of that federal court decision and continue these illegal raids. And we have to say no.
Tony Carr.
Am I on or am I on today? Boy, I'm in rare form today. I am in rare form today. I am on. God worketh through me. God worketh through me. Honest to God. See, liberal black, let me tell you the difference between liberal white men and liberal black men. All right. Liberal black men are doing it for the hoes. Now, I'm not talking about your gay best friend. I'm talking about he go to work every day. Yeah, I got to go to work in the morning on time, taking care of my business. He doing that because he ain't trying to cause no problems in his household. Yeah, yeah, Kamala. No, we got to go with Kamala. So liberal black men are doing it for the box. That's why they go. That's why they did it. You know what? No, because I'm tired of this. Black power. Hey, what you got going on tonight? You want to come out, celebrate, see if Kamala's going to win the election? Yeah. Liberal black men, they'll do anything for box. Because they trying to show you the D. They're trying to figure out how they adapt. What y'all voting for? Oh, okay. All right. No. Yeah, Michelle. Hey, Michelle. Hey. What's going on? No. Every black man, when I was coming up, I had this professor, and I was doing things that I wasn't supposed to be doing, and but I was young, and this was before Michelle came into my life. Craig, you can learn something from her, okay? And so I had this professor, and he was gay. He was gay, and I was clowning, and said some things that I shouldn't have said, and he corrected me. And so every young black man should have a gay mentor, because you never know. Your son may be gay, and where will he go for restitution? And I want to pick my words carefully, because Michelle, she's a smart one. Michelle, she held it down, and it's her time. And I like what you guys got going on with this podcast. And I don't really hear the rumors. People come to me and they say divorce is present in our relationship, and it's always coming from somebody that it's not around us. So Michelle, take it away. We just trying to get some more pussy. You think Barack, cigarette smoking Barack, actually believe? I don't believe nothing that Barack talk about. I don't believe anything. See, y'all got it confused. I'm on a whole nother wave. I'm in a whole nother lane. I don't believe anything that Barack says since 2014. I'm telling you the honest to God truth. Barack is a nigga. Y'all crazy. Barack he the same as us. He just the chosen one. I don't even think that Barack is a Democrat. I don't think that. I'm telling you that Barack is playing the game. Did you see him and Trump laughing at the funeral? That's the real him. That's the real him. Trump and Barack, they one and the same. Y'all don't even know it. Y'all don't even know it. Barack been playing y'all since 13, 14. Y'all are so off. Barack is just like Anton from AntonDaniels.com, but he got to play the role. He got to play his part. He playing his position just like every other black man is in your life. He playing the role just like every other black man in your life. Boy, man, he doing what he got to do in order to be able to make it shake. I don't believe Barack is all authentic and he really is for it and all of this. Man, get the hell out of here, bro. You can't sell me on that. I bet money on that. I bet my life. I bet my net worth that Barack don't believe 97% of the things that he's selling y'all. You think he don't like Trump? Get the hell out of here. He playing the game just like all the rest of y'all. You said, no, Barack is gay. Maybe. But half of the people that's probably watching this live stream is gay. Nigga, you like a thumb up your butt. Oh my God, I gotta stop saying the stuff that I really believe. Instead of I gotta start being more politically correct. I gotta start saying the stuff that I believe instead of stop being politically correct. Oh my God, nigga, you like it the same way Barack like it. Can't keep playing with me. Nigga, you not gonna keep playing with me. Nigga, why you think all of this, what you think all of this AIDS come from? I got my test results. Let me go get my test results. Where my test results at? Let me go get my test results. Negative, 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 negative. I just got my test results. Just got mine back. Where you think all of these gay diseases is coming from? You think it's just coming from heterosexual relationships? Get the hell out of here, bro. It's because you dabbling in the dark. You dabbling in the dark. Show me your test results, I'll show you your sexuality. Show me your test results, I'll show you your sexuality. Show me your test results. I don't want to hear about it. Show me your test results. Ain't no girl giving you that. That's coming from a dude. You getting it from a guy. You got that from a guy that got it inside of you on the left way. You don't sit there and talk that junk. That's projection. When people say stuff about me, nigga, you just talking because that's you. That's you, nigga. You like that. Don't get me started because I'm going to say what I really believe. Don't get me started because I'm going to say what I really believe. You got that from laying on your stomach and letting another man lay his stomach on your back. That's where you got it from. Don't sit there and try to play that game with me. I'm about to take prep. I ain't never took no prep. I ain't never had to take nothing. Ain't never took nothing in my life. You know what I take? Tiege Hanley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. That's it. That's it. What are you doing? What you talking about? I got to take prep. Nigga, for what? You a man. What are you taking it for? What are you doing? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you doing? No. No. Talk about it, TM. Talk about it, TM. Talk about it, dog. Talk about it. Listen, y'all need to start educating yourself. You are much more likely to get it. It's much more likely for a woman to get it from a man than a man to get it from a woman. It don't really work that way, bro. You are much more likely to get it from a man than you are to get it from a woman. You not getting HIV from a woman? It's the truth. I ain't said nothing wrong. I ain't said nothing off. I'm saying it 100% exactly what it is that I said. I said what I said. I said what I said. Let me stop. I got to move on to the show. I got to move on. This is you right here. This man right here is talking.
More than a dozen people in what they called Operation Trojan Horse.
This administration decided to throw water in the face of that federal court decision and continue these illegal raids.
That's you. That's you, dog. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to the... We cooking today. We cooking today. Yes, we are. Yes, Millionaire Morning Show Unhinged. I tell y'all, I don't know what I'm going to say before I say it. I just say it and it just comes out and that's just the way that it go. I don't know what I'm going to say before I say it. I say what is happening and how it's going to play out, and that's just the way that it go. And if you don't like it, I don't care. It doesn't really matter whether you like it or not. It is what it is. Let me read some of these super chats. I said what I said. Carrington Love Jr. says, I'm in the cats, but there are no snow bunnies painting doors. Yeah, what up, though? Smarty McFly says, Crockett or Tiffany Henyard? If you had to, Crockett. All day long. Jasmine Crockett. I take Jasmine Crockett over Tiffany Henyard. I don't. She lit like a lollipop. Anyways, 392Q says 80 gonna go to a sip and paint with a snow bunny painting snow bunnies. I see it coming. Marriage Politics and Sports says snow bunnies in nose jeans. Shout out to the snow bunnies. Manuel AG says, I said last time, feels good when they tell you you one of the good ones. Marty Slice says, AD, I effing love you, dog. Singing Let It Snow. Yes. Yes. Haim, what up, Haim says, Snows get to it. Don't got to do much talking, AD facts. They know what it is when they coming in. They know what it is when they coming in. You ain't got to talk to them. Hey, what's going on, baby girl? You just take them pants down. Wesley Turner says, have you heard about Meta offering young AI engineers $250 million and up? Tech nerds are getting the athlete money. Yes, I have heard about it. And they are offering millions of dollars. They are recruiting millions of dollars. Most of it is recruiting from OpenAI's team. T-Right313 says, AI is coming. AI is here. Carrington Love Jr. says, Kevin Samuels will be proud of your show, Anton. He was a king of derailment and providing great information at the same time. Humor made him hot. Rest in peace to one of my best friends, Kev. Jamal Bradley says, might be time to look at some rental homes in Harrisburg, Kentucky. I'm not limited anywhere. Diddy Truck says, moving soon. Save time and money on your next truck rental worldwide or nationwide with Diddy Truck. Reserve your next truck with Diddy Truck. Y'all go with Diddy Truck. Go and check out Diddy Truck, y'all. Go and figure it out. Wet Nut says, the only thing that I don't like about this is that Apple hired dozens of veterans from Israel Unit 8200 that is known for blackmail, mass surveillance, and targeted killings. I don't know anything about what you just said. Do the Right Thing says, it's all about getting 1% better every day. Facts. 100%. That is true. Spaces says, get over here, Hefe. Don't you run from me. Don't you run from me. Shout out to T. Oh, you 7 Mile of Southfield? Okay. All right. What side of Southfield? Which side of the Southfield Freeway? You over on that side, or if you're on the east side of the Southfield Freeway or on the west side of the Southfield Freeway? You still gonna be west side. You still gonna be west side. So you more like Schaefer? Are you more like Schaefer, or are you more like Evergreen? Let me know, T-Ray. Schaefer or Evergreen? Grayway says, what's good, bro? Did you do a reaction video to the 3 little sassy black boys shoplifting at Walgreens? No, I'm gonna get to that today. Getting to that today. Donald Duck says white women really forgot about Barbary slave trade. I don't know what that means. There's no white women that was a part of the slave trade today. Wetnut says, am I only one that think gay people emulate ghetto black women? Malachi says, they're heavy in Illinois and Minnesota. Liberals. EJL says, man, that Obama is diabolical. I think that Obama is just like everybody else. I think he playing in y'all faces. All right, last thing that I want to talk about before we get up out of here today. It's been a great show. It's been one of the better shows. We got after hours tonight, so make sure y'all tap in. Women are getting upset and mad because RFK Jr. is wanting to remove chips, soda, and candy from being able to be purchased and junk food with your SNAP benefits. Here's a summary of it. We're going to talk about it.
New at 6, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants junk food stripped from SNAP.
Yeah, this is part of President Trump's plan to make America healthy again. Nearly a dozen states have agreed to the limits. Fox 35's Mike Emanuel has more.
The National Mall was turned into a bustling farmers market Monday, part of the Trump administration's effort to make America healthy again.
We need to lighten up some regulations that allow way more local food to be eaten.
And the administration is going further, approving more waivers allowing states to ban certain junk foods from the list paid for by the SNAP program, formerly known as food stamps.
Today, I'm proud to sign 6 more waivers for Florida, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Colorado.
The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, served more than 41 million people and cost $100 billion in 2024. Before the waivers, the funds could not be used to buy products such as alcohol, tobacco, or prepared foods. In May, Nebraska became the first state to get approval to also restrict soda and energy drinks. Proponents of the waivers, including Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., say they will incentivize Americans to eat healthier.
If you want to buy a sugary soda, you ought to be able to do that. But the U.S. taxpayer should not pay for it.
But industry groups like the National Grocers Association raised concerns the waivers could cause confusion among consumers, saying it's up to the government, quote, to determine whether their goals are being met without negatively affecting access to nutritious food. This year, SNAP has served a monthly average of 42 million Americans with about $188 in benefits per person.
So basically, what is happening is that there are groups of women that are upset. All right. There are groups of women that are upset that the Trump administration and RFK Jr. are going against how they feel. Let me see if I can pull up a video for y'all. Did my TikTok get suspended yet? No, they be getting mad when I post videos on TikTok. And so I'll be submitting the appeals, but they be getting mad at it and stuff like that. So, but that's okay. We gonna get there. Wait. How am I getting flagged on videos that I react to, but the original video that I react to is not getting flagged? That's amazing to me. How is that possible? I don't care about TikTok anyway, so it is what it is. That's why I like X better. So this is some of the sentiment of what they saying anyway.
Right now, there are people that genuinely think that people who use EBT don't deserve soda, candy, or desserts. You're gonna tell me that my daughter doesn't deserve a popsicle? You're gonna tell me I don't deserve to get brownies? You're gonna tell me I can't have Dr. Pepper with my dinner? And all I'm hearing is be grateful, be grateful. It's free food. Get off of your throne of entitlement and take a look around you guys. Everyone is one bad day away from being homeless or even needing government assistance. Do you guys not see how that makes you look? Your lack of empathy and understanding is outstandingly atrocious.
So that is a sentiment that they are having, right? They are out here saying, how can you have any conversation and why should you have any say-so on whether or not we feed ourselves or we feed kids? Because it's a nutritional program, right? Whether we feed ourselves or whether we feed our kids, trash. Now, I don't really care what people do with their own money. That's the thing. I don't care what people do with their own money. If you want to go out there and feed your children trash, then you can go out there and you can feed your children trash, right? If you want to take your hard-earned dollars that you traded in your time for, and you want to go out and you want to buy candy and donuts and soda for a growing child, then have at it. You can do it. I don't think that it's smart. I don't think that it makes sense. I don't think that it's wise, but people can do what they want to do with their own money. Have at it. Do what you want to do. I don't disagree with you doing whatever it is that you want to do with your own money, but why should we pay for you to do what you want to do with our money? That's the part that I don't understand. That's the part that I don't understand. Why should we pay for what you want to do with our money? And here's the other part. And this is the part that I even got mad at when I was talking about it in the beginning of the show today, right? And I said, it aggravates me trying to be the person that saves people from themselves when you're trying to be a community leader, or when you telling people to vote, or you telling people to educate themselves, or you telling people to get involved with the process, or you going and you canvassing neighborhoods and stuff. We often at times have to be the much, much bigger person, honestly. Do you know what being a saint is? Do y'all know? I'm going to give y'all my opinion because I think that it's fact, but I'm going to say opinion for the sake of conversation. Do you know what being a saint is? It's two things. Being a saint, well, I'm going to focus on the last part as it relates to this particular conversation, right? Being a saint, not a Christian, because I believe that a saint is much better, is much more elevated than a Christian. Being a saint is following through and doing it even though you know that they're going to hate you for it, but it's still the right thing to do. That's what a saint is. It's following through and pushing forward even though you know they're going to hate you for it, but it's still the right thing to do. It's knowing that you are going to be persecuted for righteousness' sake. It's knowing that this is what's best for people. It's knowing that people are going to get angry at you because the world is just a bunch of dope fiends. That's all they are. The world is a bunch of dope fiends. And if you try to take it away from them, then they are going to get angry. They are going to lash out. They're going to say some of the most crazy things. Have y'all ever seen a dope fiend? Have you ever seen somebody trying to kick heroin? All they want is they fix. They don't care what they'll do. They don't care if they steal from you. They don't care if they shame you. They don't care if they'll kill you for it. If they are in the moment that they got the shakes and they need a fix. And so you understand that they got the shakes and you understand that you're the enemy. You're the opposing person. And so they don't care how they hurt you. They don't care how they affect you. The only thing that they got to do is get they fix. Now, once they break loose from it, and that's who the people are that we got as bad chasers. Bad chasers are the people that see clearly. Bad chasers are the people that see clearly. We look at the rest of the world and we say, dang, that's messed up. And then they say, no, we want to talk to girls that's 12 years old. No, we want to have the drugs in our community. Man, you can't dick shame. Man, we should be able to do what we want to do. Oh my God. I look at the SNAP program as the same way. You're talking to people that you're trying to convince that they should not be feeding their children chips, candy, and soda, and they are fighting you with your money. So we're paying for them to have sustenance for their children. And we're saying, listen, if you're going to be on this program, you're going to have to get them some water. You're going to have to get some real ingredients. You might have to cook. You got to take care of business. And you got to be on top of things. And we're going to hold you accountable for it. And they saying, what makes you think that you should be able to have a say-so on what I could do? So we're saving them from themselves. We're blessing their children with our money, and they're lashing out on us because they feel a sense of entitlement because they've grown to become dope fiends and being able to say and do what they want to do, even if it's at your behest. That is what we are witnessing today. When we see people say, you shouldn't have any say-so with what we do with your money, even though it's in the worst interest of our children, that'll ultimately be the ones that's filling the industrial jail complex, the prison industrial system. And we say, nope, we gonna save you from yourself. And they say, we don't want that. The question then becomes, because I get frustrated. You see me frustrated in the beginning of the show. Do you press on? Or do you say, you know what? I'm sick of it. There is no wrong answer. But why I say that saints are elevated above Christians, and you can move this to whatever it is that you want to move it to. The question then becomes this, because there is no wrong answer. Do you do the more elevated thing and be the bigger person and then say, you know what? I know you stupid. I know you dumb. I know you don't know what you're doing. I know that you don't know what's best for yourself. And I know that you're going to hate me for it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Or do you just be a regular person and say, you know what, I ain't got time for this because you're not going to be kicking me in my back while I'm trying to save you. That is the dilemma that good people have. Taxpaying citizens have. People that take care of their children and pay their taxes have. People that go to work every single day have, because you're not going to get the degenerates in the community to show up at the polls because they don't care. And it don't matter how much you whine. It don't matter how much you complain. You're not going to get people that are the bottom of the barrel when it comes to taking care of their business to feed their children nutritional things. But they going to complain about it all day long. They're going to complain about, oh man, I hated food desert, but then they're going to steal from the very place that they want open in their community. And so the dilemma with good people are they fed up enough to where they just say, you know what, I'm going to take my hands off of it? Or do they press through and continue to get their back kicked in? That is the dilemma. That is life. Is that when you become a good person, you become a villain to the person that don't want to be good. You become a good person to it's people that's in the chat right now. I see Let Freedom Ring, for example. Freedom Ring hang from my ball sacks every single place that I go. He's on every stream. He's on After Hours. He's on the Anton Daniels channel. He's on the Millionaire Morning Show. And every single thing that he's ever said has always been something negative. So first you ask yourself the question when you don't know any better and you say, well, why is these niggas sucking my dick if they don't necessarily care for my content, right? Why are they so amused with me? So then you say no censorship, and then you let them continue to do whatever it is that they want to do. You let them keep coming on. And then eventually they get to the point to where either, because it's a time limit that you give them, right? So you say either you evolve to the point to where you stop being an idiot and then we let you rock out, because sometimes you got to let the idiots hang around the good people and eventually you rub off on them, or they just continue to sow chaos. And so after so many months, that's when you start banning them. And that's when you start saying, all right, no more. Because you're not necessarily looking to have real conversation. You just want to be a distraction to the class, right? I'm telling you the truth. This is my methodology and this is my thinking. When I see people that are dusty, most of them, 90% of them eventually say, you know what, when I first discovered you, I didn't like you, or I thought that you was wrong, which is cool. And I'm not looking for anybody or everybody to agree with me. But then there's a group of people that say, you know what, I objectively disagree with you. And it's not that I don't like you. I don't like your stance on this particular subject. I love those people because they disagree with me authentically. They agree with me authentically. It's an authentic look. But then you have the bottom of the barrel, and these are the people that look for attention. They never use a real name. They don't have a profile picture. And these are the people that jerk off in their socks. And those are the ones that you target, right? Because they have a decision to make. Now, they're going to suck your dick, and they're going to keep on rocking with you, and they're going to continue to subscribe, and all views are the same. But the question that you have to ask yourself is, how long do you let them disrupt the class? So most of the time I say, hey, let them rock, let them do their thing or whatever. And they teeter, right? They borderline. They say some of the most disrespectful stuff in order to try to get your attention. And so what you do is you let it slide, and then you give them a warning. Time them out here and there. Hey, why are you talking about people's kids? Why are you talking about this? Why are you talking about that, right? And your hope is that eventually they become logical human beings to where they can disagree respectfully with the things that they disagree with and not look for your attention. But sometimes you got to make an example out of them and you ban them all together. And so you give them some time and you let them hang themselves. You give them some time and you let them hang themselves. And so now, after so many months of sucking my dick, now he's gone forever and you'll never know what he ever said. Why? You wanted my attention that bad. Now you got it. And you realize that he was always going to be a dope fiend from the beginning, and that's just the way that it was going to be. Some people are born to be dope fiends. Some people are born to be crackheads. Some people are born to have a hardened heart for you to make an example out of them so that everybody else can stay focused. And that's life. They're not going to not stop watching. They may even create another account and come back. Sometimes they come back and they be logical because they don't want to get banned again. But most times they just keep watching and they just not able to comment anymore. But some people are just dope fiends. That's just the way that it was. You knew that that woman was going to be a fiend the minute that she came out, and you prayed for the best. You prayed for her, you hoped for the best, but she ultimately succumbed to the worst. Just the way that it is. You're not going to be able to save everybody. You're not going to be able to save everybody. Sometimes people are born to die. They're born to be demons. That's just the way that it is. Shout out to Let Freedom Ring. Gotta sell your crack to somebody, right? Great show. Great show. Incredible show. Incredible show. I love kicking it with y'all on the Millionaire Morning Show. I love kicking it with y'all on the Millionaire Morning Show. Y'all are the greatest audience on earth. Facts. Facts. I need to find out what's going on if the internet has been fixed. I'll take care of that off camera. It's been a great show. Have y'all not joined the Patreon yet? Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Also, after hours tonight, so we'll have that popping. Shout out to all of the ladies that is going to the Chris Brown concert tonight. It's going to look crazy down here. Rand Wilson, I appreciate you. Thank you, Rand Wilson, on Cash App. And then let me read the rest of these super chats and acknowledge the people that really support the show. I want to say this. I do really love y'all. I really appreciate y'all. You supporting the platform does not necessarily have to be Cash Apps or super chats. That's extra. I'll never ask for it. Just you coming in, you hitting a like for the algorithm, you engaging with the people, you rocking out with us. That's all I'm asking of y'all. I thank y'all for just showing up and just kicking it with me. I really do. Y'all are the engine that makes this thing go. And so the people that send Cash Apps and super chats, that's just extra. And so I thank y'all for supporting the platform. Purple Haze says 2 in a row. AD, don't change how you relay the message. Classic episodes today and yesterday. Shout out to my dog Purple Haze. AR says, wait, So this means that people on welfare might live longer from eating healthy. In a few years, they will be the most healthiest citizens. Diabolical. Right, exactly. Courtney Smith says, what's good, Anton? Did you get a chance to read about Brandon Johnson placing a citywide hiring freeze in Chicago up until 2026 to help fill the one budget deficit? Yep. I talk about him all the time. Absolutely. One of the worst mayors in the United States of America. Chris H. says, the irony of Bass talking about court orders but had to hire 17 lawyers to keep her from testifying about the billions of dollars lost for the homeless. Same thing with Tim Walz. A. Wall says, single households breed Democrat and simp men. I agree. Y'all on it today. Thank y'all for rocking out. We are officially at the 3-hour mark. And guess what? We got after hours tonight, and we right back at it tomorrow. Also, tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.